So the only way we can really make a change is not to patronize them, to boycott them, and to make sure that their movies, Netflix, nothing works for them. Also, you must write to the film division of India. Look what Big Boss is portraying. Look at the value system that they are holding, and that is the only way we can make a change. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would now request Abhimay Singh to speak a few words. Abhimay Singh. Ajay Pathak. Can I request Priyanka to speak, please?
Is that me, Priyanka Jaiswal?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Priyanka, and I actually, like, I have been connected to SSR, the cause of SSR on a personal level, because I am from Patna, and his sister Mitu, who unfortunately is in the news, was a pretty close friend of mine. But having said that, the reason I've got connected to this is not because I belong to a state or he was from my state, but the fact, I'm actually going to go on a spiritual level. I feel that ever since it's happened for the last 3 months, that boy who I once happened to see in college with that calm face and that mesmerizing smile that he had on his face, and he was standing there waiting for his sister to go back home with him, that face, that calmness is not letting me sleep. It's like last 3 months I just am not able to find the peace and the closure within me, and I'm not even remotely connected to him. And the reason for that, I feel, is that the sheer brazen shamelessness with which this beautiful soul was silenced, in my view, in a very systematic manner, by this Bollywood mafia, this shameless government in Maharashtra, who by any means does not demonstrate the legacy of the Marathis, and they're trying to give it a Marathi culture. I do not think that this government deserves to be in power because of the sheer brazen, shameless, abhorrent way they have tried to not only murder a soul but murder the entire constitutional system of our country. And what is happening right now makes me feel more and more and believe that Sushant was not just small incident. He's actually the name of a revolution, the reason why we are all connected to it, the reason that last 3 months we have not been able to just move on with our life. I guess all of us who are here, who have kids to pick up, I have kids to pick up, I have requested millions of people, can you please pick them up because I can't leave this. It means something to all of us, and we all need closure, and we all need to do something about it just by talking. And what comes to my mind right now is when Sushant once says social media is something that can work for the betterment of the society, and I feel that it is his way of telling us to use this platform to seek justice for him, not only him, but also bring the change that we as a common person have today been asking for. And this social media and this platform that we have got is actually become a tool for us to be able to voice our thought process.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you for your thoughts. I know you're a bit emotional, but that is how we all of us are right now. Can I please request Veena to come and have a few words spoken? Veena.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm Veena Sharma, and I'm from London. First of all, let me start by saying that my heart is bleeding at the horrific torture and murder of Sushant Singh Rajput. To me, he was like the charming boy next door whose life has been so tragically shortened by some wild beasts who were pretending to be his friends, but were hardened criminals dealing with drugs and money laundering. As a mother, somehow I feel personally guilty that we humans couldn't protect and save him and many others. Surprisingly, the true face of Bollywood has shown their colors, as very few of them have come forward to support and fight for the truth. They have forgotten that the people and the media power is such an important tool which will finally ensure justice for SSR. Kangana, you walked in as a present day Jhansi Ki Rani and stood steadfast with SSR family to support and fight for him. Without worrying for your own safety, you have named Bollywood bullies and politicians responsible for nepotism, drugs, rave parties, sex and child trafficking. You have taken on Bollywood and Maharashtra government and are not scared to fight them head on. In turn, they have tried to crush your spirit by damaging you and your property in every way, but that has backfired on them and made you even stronger. We are with you all the way, Kangana. Do what you have to do to ensure that India becomes a safe and a drug-free place for our daughters and sons. So carry on, girl, and we NRIs of UK are fully behind you. Finally, I'm sure with the support, determination, and the will to fight to the end, the truth will come out and justice will prevail. SSR, his family, his fans, and the people world over passionately fighting for justice deserve to know the truth. We shall win. Thank you.
Thank you, Veena. Can I please request everyone to hold these messages up so we are showing them that yes, we are in support of SSR and Kangana Ranaut.
Oh, I haven't got this.
Thank you. That's fine. Can I please request Anuj Narak? Anuj Narak, are you here? Neeta Behari? Neeta Behari? Nishi Anand? Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow SSRNs. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nishi.
My name is Vandu.
And we're from London, United Kingdom.
First of all, we both echo all sentiments expressed so beautifully by everyone. We can't explain our trauma at the loss of Sushant, even though we had never met him. We in London are putting our hands together to fight for justice for a talented actor and above all a beautiful soul, SSR, who we believe was brutally murdered, and urge people like Kangana and Arnab Goswami, along with his Republic team, to keep the noise going until Sushant's soul rests in peace.
Our biggest demand and request is actually to the Modi government to intervene and to bring back India's credibility worldwide, which at the moment is suffering. There is nothing but shambles there when men get to the roads to hit women or disrupt loyal and lawful order. We would like to ask everyone today that we should be standing together, not only with Kangana, who has shown us the road of strength as a woman. So proud of her as a daughter of India. I'd just like to reiterate something that Nelson Mandela said. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they're dedicated and passionate about what they do. So let's all rise and fight for justice, for SSR, and back people like Arnab Goswami and Kangana for the strength that they have shown us. So we are fighting for justice and for SSR and Kangana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please request Nancy to come now?
So, Ashiji, Namaskar, this is Ashok. Sorry for interrupting. But again, this is to all of you. Whenever you hear your name being spelled out by Ashiji, kindly unmute yourself. For example, a speaker earlier was speaking, but you were not unmuted. Hence, Ashiji moved on to the next speaker. Kindly unmute yourself when you hear your name so that you are audible. Thank you.
Okay, can we please have Nancy here?
Hi everyone. Well, I'm from London, Nancy Chola, and I resonate the same feelings that all my fellow friends, colleagues, and everyone involved in this great cause. We are NRIs. We are in London, in UK, and we've always held Bollywood in a great place because of all the movies and stuff. But what's come up now with the SSR's death is that this place is a total corrupted and horrible place. And a young man who wanted to rise above, who was doing great, and everybody loved him, he was cruelly murdered because clearly this Bollywood is not run under the Indian government. It's been run by mafia, and this is heartbreaking. This young man lost his life. We are very upset. And because we've supported Bollywood all this time, we have decided not to support Bollywood anymore unless we can get justice for SSR. And as for Kangna, I mean, it's amazing to see this young woman rise above, come up and stand for herself, stand for SSR. So we all support Kangna today, and just want to pass a message to her that stay strong. We are with you, and we will not let Bollywood get away with all that's happened to Sushant. So as NRIs, we support SSR, we support Kangna, and we will stand till justice is done, till the culprits are found, held to accountability, and dealt with appropriately. And we also rely on the Indian government to come up and stand up for the right thing and show us that India is a democracy, and anyone who's been dealt with unfairly is treated fairly. So Indian government, Prime Minister Mr. Modi, please come and join us, NRIs. We need justice for SSR, and we need to support Kangna, who's doing the right thing.
Thank you,
very much.
Nancy.
Thank you.
Can I please call Nita Behari now to speak a few words? Nita Behari. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Hi,
Yes.
I'm Nita Vari from London. We live in Twickenham. And since 13th of June, I've been really upset. Thanks to Rupa, she's been really helping us to make this program. And since that day, and especially I cried so much on Rakhi Day, because I feel we are also four sister and a brother. I can feel for the girls how they are going through with that, and we always talk about them, and especially for their father, how he must be feeling. And especially we support SSR, and we request to Mr. Modi and Amit Shah to please connect with us, with all the NRIs, and support us for get the justice for SSR and to Kangna as well. We feel for her. And here's my husband Anil Bari. He wants to say something.
Hello there. I was a blind follower of Bollywood, and I always supported my country's industry in the best way possible for the glamour that they had, but we didn't see the ugly side of that trade, which we now see. And I'm now totally determined not to support Bollywood at all, and not to watch any of their programs at all. I do not really support nepotism the way it's happened with SSR and with Kangana. How high-handed the Maharashtra government under the BMC the umbrella act the way they did. And this something can never be tolerated, not on the civil side of it or from humane side of it,
Thank you.
but
Thank you.
as a country.
Sorry, it's time up now. So can I please thank
Thank
you
you.
for your words. Can I please call Ajay Pathak now?
Hi, this is Ajay. I'm from Dubai. My heart bleeds for SSR and the kind of injustice, he received at the hand of Mumbai police. First 60 days, almost no action. And we almost had to have this global campaign to, fight and get CBI in place to fight and, get the elements of mystery unearthed. And, I'm sure we will have a closure. We will be able to find the miscreants behind this mystery, the dark forces behind Sushant's murder. Unless and until this mystery is unearthed, it will have no closure. I have full confidence on the federal machinery, the CBI, the narcotics, ED, which is there. I hope we get this closure faster, and this does not get lost in myriad of investigation which keeps going on and on, like a few earlier ones like Jia and Arushi's murder. As far as Kangana is concerned, I think she's a brave girl. You go, girl. We are all behind you. You fight it out. Maharashtra government's been ugly to say the least, and you have really fought them well, fought straight. We are 100% with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ajayji. Can I just request Ekta to come over and we'll just give her a minute to speak about her friend.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for giving me another chance. I had written something for him. So much more, it's impacted much more than it should have. I was one of the many fortunate people to have known you. Even when you weren't a famous star, you were always this cheerful, charming, tall, handsome guy who literally made connection with his smiles with everyone. I fondly remember those few moments shared with you in school life. And you know what? Beyond that, I was always a fan, starting from your first presence in Desh Mein Nikla Hoga Chand to Drive on Netflix, to all of your each and every single post on galaxies, astrophysics, Shiva chants, Kafka quotes, and list can go on. You were that living dream that we all see or saw, but we get busy with life that we forget to chase them. But so many times in discussion with family and friends in last few months now, I've said, why did you not just become like one of us, an engineer, an astronaut, a banker, doctor, anything, but not an actor? Because no, nepotism, mental pressure, humiliation do not exist to the level that you had to face. No, when we go for promotions, on-site projects, whatnot, we are not publicly scrutinized like you were. I know this is not rationalized, but so are some of the things that has happened to you. It feels personal because you mattered. You were that underdog we all silently rooted for, who went and chased his dreams and kept hanging on to the ones that didn't let him sleep at nights, like the curiosity around the Saturn rings. I always wanted a telescope like yours and would have worked hard to get one of those. Kicked myself silently when you visited Disneyland Paris in October and I chose to visit it in June. Well, I was always vocal about being your fan, your batchmate, and would always remain so. I felt everything that's come my way to give you show as much support as I can. But I also now take a pledge to be there for each and every single person I know to be there in their hour of need, to stand up to the bullies in any walk of life, especially in Bollywood. It was hard seeing your picture of your father. May you rest in peace. Justice for Sushant Singh will happen. With your beloved mother and the millions of stars in your galaxy and beyond, may you find the peace you deserve. Your family truly gets the strength to cope with this time. Hari Om.
Thank you, Ekta ji. Can I please request Ruchi ji to come and speak a few words here now?
Hello, everyone. This is Ruchi from Sydney, Australia. Ekta, very heart-touching words by you. I just got emotional. Can I please request a couple of minutes before you guys can come back to me? I won't be able to speak too much right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay, sure. Um, can I please have Jaspal on the video? Jaspal. Okay, can I pass on to Akshay Kapoor? Akshay Kapoorji, are you here? Rashmi Makwana ji, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I don't know if I'll be able to speak now after Ekta's words. It's just got me really emotional, but I'm going to try. My name's Rashmi, and I'm supporting SSR from London. I've been his fan since he first came on TV, and I've been his fan throughout. And his magical smile and his presence on the screen was so mesmerizing that you just couldn't stop but fall in love with him. And I'm really, really heartbroken as to the way he's been taken away from us in such an inhuman way, because at the end of the day, he was a human being, and no human being should have had to suffer what he suffered. And what really upsets me at the moment is how the Maharashtrian government with the Bollywood mafia are trying really hard to divert us SSRians' attention away from the case. This is their PR stunt, and we as SSRians, as warriors of SSR, please, please don't let this happen, and please stay focused on this case for SSR. And we as NRIs have got such an advantage that the Maharashtrian government can't touch us. They can't do anything to us up here, as they've been harming and hurting people in India. So we have this opportunity to become really global with social media through hashtags, which their family, SSR's family, have been training every day. And if we do that every day, follow that one hashtag every day and be more visible globally and do more events like this one today, so we can, as NRIs, we can show our support and be visible globally and show us support that way. And like, I really believe in The Secret, and in The Secret, it's what your thoughts are and what you think about is what you're going to attract. And so that's why I feel focus on the positive, focus on that the case is going in a positive way at the moment. Don't follow the negative, follow the positive, trust in the system, trust in yourself, trust in the prayer that we all are praying for him. Stay strong, stay united, and justice will prevail. And I feel in my heart, in my gut, that he will get justice. We will all get justice for him. God is with us. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk. And I'm sorry I couldn't say much, but thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Rashmi ji. It's a little bit emotional here, but we are here to stay strong. We will stay strong, and we will overcome the difficulties that we are facing. Can I please call Anuj Nareg to come and speak a few words? Sorry, Anju Nareg. Anju Nareg. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, I'm Anju Nareg from London. I'm also representing Inspiring Indian Women. I would like to support SSR. It's very sad to hear a young boy going at this age, and he was a multi-talented boy. My heart goes out for his parents, for his father and his sisters. He was very young to go at this age, who is very good on science, all the things that you see every day, you sleep, you day in, day out, we think about him. It's so much justice. Kangana, we stand by you. Republic Bharat, you're doing excellent work. We are there for you. We do support. We want to free Anuj the reporter, and the three other people who Maharashtra government has taken into in their Gundagardi. And please, we are there for you, Republic Bharat, and we support Kangna and everybody. Be strong and support SSR. Thank you.
Thank you, Anju. Can I please request Ruchi to come over and speak a few words?
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I got emotional and I had to take some time. Um, I am from Sydney, Australia, and I share the same feelings as all of you. Very emotional at times when I see his pictures, Sushant's smile, his innocent face. There's so much I can speak about him. In fact, I wrote 2 poems for him, one in English and one in Hindi. Because they will be long, I can't really recite them here. But let me just start with applauding Kangana for the work and for the courage that she has shown by speaking up against Bollywood mafia, by standing up like a rock solid and daring all the male chauvinist pigs in Maharashtra. I tweeted something for her in her support. I'd just like to read out after they crushed her office, and that says, they've only crushed her office. Even if they burn her, she'll arise from ashes and emerge like a phoenix. That's the real Kangana we know. इस बार बॉलीवुड ने सच में गलत पंगा ले लिया. BMC, sorry to say, we do not support you at all. And Kangana, continue doing what you're doing. We are there with you. NRIs all across the globe, we are here to support you. And for Sushant, there is so much we can say. Sushant, we miss you every single day. There's not a single day after 14th when we haven't thought of you. I don't know why we all joined. There is some force which has gotten all the NRIs across the globe together to fight for you. This is something which is rare. I think it's the first time in the history, and I hope it never happens again. I hope your family finds closure, and so do we, because it's past 1 o'clock here and I'm still awake. This is just for Sushant. I am, sorry, getting speechless. Please, everyone, continue doing what you're doing. I am in full support. Also for Republic, your reporters are doing great job. I hope the government can free Anuj because he deserves to do his work the way he's done, and he deserves support. So Arnab and Team Republic, we are in your support, and so are we with the Rajput family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruchiji. Please don't cry. It will be better soon. Please don't cry. We'll get justice. We are here for seeking justice. We will get justice. Can I please request Jaspalji to come over and speak a few words? Jaspalji. Kashnalji. Is Kashnalji here? We'll just give a few seconds till we move on, just in case they're here. Kashnalji.
Ashi, we have Sandhya waiting, who will be taking over as moderator
Yes.
from very soon.
Yes, that's right. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm just calling out
Yeah.
the names in my list.
Yeah,
And
sure.
once we don't have those people, I would pass it on. Okay, can I have Vandana Sharma ji, please? Vandana Sharma ji. Can I have Abhimay Singh ji? Abhimay Singh ji. Sonia ji.
Maybe you can say the second name as well.
Arun Gautam ji. Arun Gautam ji. Okay, we can come back later on who hasn't spoken. I'd like to now pass over to Sandhya ji, and she will be the moderator from now on.
Thank you kindly, Ashiji, for your Namaste, friends. Thank you kindly, Ashiji, for your moderation. It was very interesting to watch. And my name is Sandhya. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Satvi in Nepal, and I am happy to introduce you, hopefully, to
Sandhya, can you be a little louder, please?
I'm
a little
sorry.
louder.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
hear me?
Yes, better, better. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm looking for Sadhana Garg. Can you unmute yourself?
Sandhya, which Garg?
Sadhana.
Sadhana Garg.
Sadhana Garg. Yeah.
Are
you here? You unmute yourself. Do I have to unmute her?
No, no, they should unmute themselves once they hear you. Sadhana Garg, you can go on to the next.
Rashni Mahesh ji, please.
Rajni Mahesh, maybe.
नमस्कार, मैं यहाँ सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के लिए खड़ी हूँ और उसके लिए जस्टिस, क्योंकि अभी जो भी जस्टिस के लिए बोल रहे हैं उनको मुंबई सरकार, महाराष्ट्र सरकार उन्हें बंद कर रही है, आवाजें दबा रही है। लाइक ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि ये महाभारत के धृष्टराज बन गए हैं और हम अभिमन्यु, हमारे सुशांत सिंह राजपूत, उन्होंने अंदर तो घुस गई फाइट करने के लिए, बट उनको वहीं पे एक चक्रव्यूह बना के उनको मार दिया गया है। तो हम उनके लिए हमेशा, जब तक जस्टिस नहीं मिलेगी, हम उनके लिए खड़े हैं। सेकंड, कंगना रनावत को लक्ष्मीबाई बोलने के लिए मना किया जा रहा है। हम बोलेंगे, हम जनता की आवाज चुप नहीं होंगे, हम बोलेंगे, क्यों नहीं? वो लड़ रही हैं, हमारे देश के जो खराब सिस्टम है उसके अगेंस्ट लड़ रही हैं। तो यहाँ हम सिर्फ बैठे हैं इसलिए नहीं कि हम उनको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, हम अपनी आवाज तब तक बुलंद रखेंगे जब तक कि सुशांत सिंह राजपूत को न्याय न मिले। एंड आई थिंक उसे जरूर मिलेगा, क्योंकि अब ये जनता, हमारी पूरी देश की इंडियन, पूरी भारतीय नागरिक जो हम हैं, वो एक हो गए हैं और उन्हें उससे जरूर न्याय मिलेगा। जो भी कातिल है, जो भी उसको इस गैंग में उन्होंने फंसाया है, जो ये माफिया है, ये बॉलीवुड के हैं या फिर महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट है, मुझे पता नहीं, बट इन सब को सजा मिलनी चाहिए। और ये हम सब भारतीय एक साथ मिलकर आवाज उठाए। मैं यहाँ पे मोदी जी से रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगी कि इतनी सिचुएशन बिगड़ गई है महाराष्ट्र में, मुंबई में, तो वो राष्ट्रपति शासन क्यों नहीं लागू कर रहे हैं? ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट बात है। मोदी जी प्लीज हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप वहां राष्ट्रपति शासन लगाएं और अपने ढंग से वहां पे आप ये जो चीजें बिगड़ रही हो उसको संभालें। आई एम हियर फॉर जस्टिस फ्रॉम यूके, रजनी पटेल। आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू से, बट यस, मैं कभी गिव अप नहीं करूंगी सुशांत के लिए, जस्टिस के लिए। ऑल द टाइम यहाँ खड़ी हूं, लड़ूंगी। जय हिंद। मैं बोली हूँ।
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
मैं रजनी फ्रॉम मिल्टन किंग्स, आई थिंक।
The next person who will be speaking is Adria Biswas.
Hi, I'm Adrija Biswas from London. We all want justice for SSR. We're part of a global movement and stand in solidarity with Kangana Ranaut. I'm Kangana Ranaut. The only person from Bollywood, the gutsy Jhansi Ki Rani, who raised her voice for justice and promised to expose the dirty secrets of Bollywood mafias massive drug nexus, and child trafficking, which is a hidden pandemic. We are all warriors for SSR and Kangana. What vested interest does the state government have by preventing the exposure of drug mafias and criminal activities, which is a big impact to our and next generation? How is this possible that anyone who wants to raise a voice is being suppressed and harassed, or worse, silenced forever? Police has spoiled all evidence for 60 days. They're totally not cooperating. Government, police, BMC not only is turning a blind eye to SSR justice, but going out of the way to protect Ria and threatening anyone raising a voice for justice. This is death of democracy. We all support Kangana. The whole world stands with you, Kangana, and your bravery. Even common people can understand SSR has been murdered. Yet the powerful politicians and Bollywood mafias feel that they own the fate of our country. We will protect the heritage and culture of the highest democracy in the world. Our voices cannot be suppressed. People raising voices on Twitter or ordinary channels are being threatened. We make an appeal to our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji to now intervene, as too much of a racket is going on in the state and only Central can bring justice. I know, Modi ji, you cannot intervene unless there is a massive public appeal for you to. We are your warriors. We love our country and we will not allow our country to go in the path of destruction for a few power-hungry politicians with vested interests that are terrorizing women who seek justice, who want to speak for justice, stopping these warriors and journalists unlawfully without cause. This is a massive constitutional breakdown and death of democracy by Maharashtra government. We are the new India. Modi ji, please save Maharashtra and our country. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much. You can hold it up. For the next person, we're looking for Kaya Roshni. Roshi ji.
Just be a little louder, Sandhya.
Can you hear me? Kaya Roshi ji?
Kaya Joshi. Okay, well, let's move on to the next. I think she's not here. Kaya, are you here? Okay.
Sadhana ji. Next person is Sadhana ji. There's only one name here, Sadhana.
Okay, can we have Gayatri instead? Gayatri, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hi there, I'm Gayatri Lokhande from Bournemouth. I'm here to express the solidarity for Kangana and injustice done to SSR. I'm really appalled with the situation in Maharashtra with the harassment that Kangana, Arnav, the Republic Bharat is facing to raise their voice for truth. It is just unjust to see how a state government can behave notorious. They have abducted journalists, they have punched a commoner and an ex-serviceman. They're going beyond their limits. I'm an SSRian and standing for bringing justice to Sushant. He was a bright, talented person. He's brought down, he was bullied, he was boycotted and murdered by the mafia. Furthermore, we should not forget that we are the audience and make the actors the stars. The power is in our hands. If we stay quiet, we are giving them the power to run the lobby. They are involved with all antisocial activities, anti-national activities. So we should intervene to give the justice for Sushant. Sorry, I was moved by Ekta's words, and so I just show my placard. This is for justice for Sushant, and I stand with Kangana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are now looking for Saheli Das. Saheli Das ji, please unmute yourself and speak. Saheli Das. Or next person is Vandu ji. There's only one name written. Vandu ji, please unmute yourself.
If she's not there, can we have Mr. Bridge?
Yeah, Bridge Kumar and Akshay Kapoor has also joined. So Bridge ji, can you say express yourself, please? Bridge Kumar, unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. सबसे पहले तो आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि आप लोगों ने एक बहुत ही बड़ा अभियान चलाया है सुशांत सिंह राजपूत को लेकर के। मैं और मेरे जैसे करोड़ों भारतीय, चाहे वो कहीं भी हैं, चाहे वो भारत में हैं, चाहे वो वर्ल्ड वाइड जहां भी हैं, हर तरफ से सुशांत के लिए लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं। उन सभी योद्धाओं को मेरा शत नमन, मेरा नमस्कार। और मैं कहूंगा कि जब एक इतना बड़ा आंदोलन चला है और इतने बड़े आंदोलन में शायद मुझे लगता है इतिहास में पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि किसी सुसाइड को मर्डर तक लाने में जो सीबीआई इन्वेस्टिगेशन की जो बात हम योद्धाओं ने छेड़ी थी, उन योद्धाओं की बात को मान करके सीबीआई आज इस लड़ाई में कूदी। और सिर्फ सीबीआई नहीं, एनसीबी भी है, साथ ही साथ ईडी भी है। इन लोगों ने मिलकर के जो भरोसा है, जो आम जनता है, उसके भरोसे को जीता है। साथ ही साथ मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा, उद्धव ठाकरे साहब, संजय राउत साहब, हरामखोर बोलने से पहले आपने ये देखना चाहिए था कि हराम की कमाई खाता कौन है। तो आप जो जितने भी नेता लोग हैं ना, आप लोगों को एक बात मैं कहूंगा कि जनता की कमाई तो खाते तुम हो, फिर हरामखोर बोलने से पहले जो एक उंगली तुम कंगना की तरफ करते हो, वो 3 उंगलियां जो तुम्हारी तरफ होती है उसे क्यों नहीं देखते। तो इन नेताओं को क्या कहना, नेताओं की कोई जात नहीं होती और शिवसेना ने ये प्रमाण कर दिया है, ये प्रमाणित दे दिया है।
Bridge bhai, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You're muted. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
ओके तो मैं सिर्फ यही कहना चाहता था कि कंगना एक दलेर महिला की तरह आगे बढ़ करके लड़ रही हैं और उन सारे बॉलीवुड एक्टर और एक्ट्रेसेस को मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि जहां पे तुम रिया चक्रवर्ती को अबला नारी कह रहे हो कमबख्तों, वहां पे तुम्हें कंगना क्या दिखती है। कंगना के बारे में तुम कुछ भी नहीं बोलते। कंगना के बारे में इसलिए नहीं बोलते क्योंकि तुम्हारे राज खोल रही है, क्योंकि तुम जैसे भेड़ियों के सामने वो शेरनी की तरह डट कर लड़ रही है। कमबख्तों, अपनी बेटियों, अपनी महिलाओं की इज्जत अगर तुम कर पाते तो शायद कंगना की भी इज्जत कर पाते। एक लड़की जो एक छोटे से शहर से आती है, एक अलग राज्य से आती है, अपना मकाम खुद बनाती है, अपना नाम खुद बनाती है। तुम जैसे नेपो किड्स का जैसे गॉडफादर्स हैं वहां पे, करण जौहर जहां कॉफी शो करता है और कहता है ये मेरे बाप की जमींदारी है, मैं जिसे चाहे दूं। तो दो ना तुम कभी खुशी कभी गम बनाओ। हम जैसे ऑडियंस तुम्हारी मूवी देखेंगे ही नहीं। क्या कर लोगे, क्या उखाड़ लोगे तुम। तो मैं तो सिर्फ यही कहूंगा, देखिए दिल जो है भाव में बह जाता है और खून जब खौलता है तो ज़बां पे फिर जो है कंट्रोल रहना मुश्किल हो जाता है। फिर भी मैं उन नेताओं की तरह नीचे गिर के उन्हें गालियां तो नहीं दूंगा, लेकिन हाँ जरूर कहूंगा कि तुम्हारा जो लेवल है ना, वो यही जनता बताएगी। शिवसेना इंतजार करो अगले इलेक्शन का। तुम्हें अगर तुम्हारे एक एक कैंडिडेट की जमानत जब्त नहीं हुई तो मेरा नाम ढूंढना तुम फेसबुक पे, मेरा नाम ढूंढना गूगल पे। मैं आज ही तुम्हें चैलेंज करता हूं और बताता हूं कि देश जिस तरीके से आज सुशांत के लिए लड़ रहा है, ठीक उसी तरह से तुम्हारे खिलाफ भी लड़ेगा। और जाते जाते बस मैं एक बात आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि कुछ लोग हैं जो मुझे कई बार टैग करते हैं, जब मैं कई बार वीडियो बनाता हूं तो लोग कहते हैं कि देश में कई समस्याएं और हैं, ब्रिज बाबू आप उसे क्यों नहीं उठाते। तो मैं कहता हूं सुनो मेरे भाइयों, सुशांत सिर्फ एक मरा है, वो तुम्हारे नजर के सामने है, लेकिन मुंबई में कितने लोग हर रोज मर रहे हैं, कितने सपने हर रोज मर रहे हैं, ये तुम्हें नहीं मालूम है। सुशांत के नाम पे जो लड़ाई लड़ी जा रही है वो हजारों लाखों एक्टर और एक्ट्रेसेस के लिए लड़ी जा रही है मेरे भाई, तो समझो। और जो कहने वाले लोग तुम लोग बैठे हो ना कि सुशांत का मुद्दा ही क्यों उठाते हो, तो मैं कहता हूं तुम क्यों चुप बैठे हो। तुम भुखमरी का मुद्दा उठाओ, तुम देश में महामारी का मुद्दा उठाओ, तुम जीडीपी का मुद्दा उठाओ, तुम जीएसटी का मुद्दा उठाओ। तुम क्यों चुप हो, तुम्हें किसने रोका है। लोकतंत्र है, खुलकर बोलने की आजादी है, तो मुझे बोलने दो जो मुझे बोलना है। तुम क्यों चुप हो? क्रिटिसाइज करने वालों की भीड़ लगी हुई है। रिया के बारे में बोला, क्यों बोला? संजय राउत के बारे में बोला, क्यों बोला? तुम्हें किसने रोका है? तो तुम भी बोलो। आप सबों को मैं प्रणाम करता हूं, आप सबों को तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, और खास करके जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं इस इवेंट के, जहां पे आपने कम से कम 100 से ऊपर ज्यादा लोगों को आमंत्रित किया है, सबों को अपने दिल की बात रखने की इजाजत दी है, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया और धन्यवाद। मैं ज्यादा वक्त नहीं लूंगा, मैं जानता हूं कि बहुत सारे लोग हैं, बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारी बातें करना चाहते हैं, पर शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much. For the 1 minute, we are looking for the next. One second.
Can I speak now?
Please speak. Yes, please speak. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, please go on.
Namaskar, Vande Mataram. I want to talk a little bit about the national security aspect here. मैं आपको 26/11 के पास लेके जाता हूँ. Just about a week after 26/11, I was sitting in the office of a very senior army officer, and there was a DCP of Pune police who had come. और हमारी बातचीत शुरू हुई और उन्होंने मेरे को ये बताया कि बॉलीवुड की जो बहुत सारी एक्ट्रेसेस हैं वो रेगुलर बेसिस पे पाकिस्तान जाती हैं और उनके ISI के साथ कनेक्शंस हैं, दाऊद के साथ कनेक्शंस हैं. मेरे को ये पुलिस अफसर बता रहा था, DCP. और उसके बाद ओवर द लास्ट 10 years एकदम 100% सर्टन है कि बॉलीवुड ISI के कंट्रोल में है. There is a department in the ISI which is specifically dedicated to creating strategies to control Bollywood, to ensure that a very, very strong Islamist tendency comes in it. And the mistake that we are making as a people is that by seeing Bollywood, we are feeding that same energy which is actually out to destroy us. So I just want to make this absolutely clear that everybody knows this. This is very clear in the intelligence circles. This is very clear in the security circles, that Bollywood is basically an arm of the ISI. And the ISI's intention is to destroy India by 1,000 cuts. And if we keep watching Bollywood, if we keep supporting Bollywood, we are basically supporting our own destruction. Anil Kapoor is a very, very close friend of a senior ISI officer. Many senior actors in Bollywood are very close friends. So this is not really about Sushant. I forget it, Sushant Rajput, I think his name is. It's not about him. This is about national security. And that is why the police are working very hard to destroy all evidence. Because this is not about Sushant, this is about national security, this is about the control that the ISI has over Bollywood, and through that, over our minds. So I think we need to be very careful about this. We need to stop watching Bollywood. We need to stop, doing worship of these Khans and all. They are basically nothing but creatures of the ISI. So I think that was the main point I wanted to make. And this is a matter of serious national security. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Thank you kindly for your words. Next, we are looking for Priyanka Jaiswalji. Can you hear me?
Hi, I think I got the opportunity to speak, but I don't mind saying 1 more minute if it's okay.
No, please go ahead.
So, I actually, last time I got very emotional, and especially after Ekta spoke, it's a very emotional moment for me. But what I wanted to actually point out with everything else that everybody has pointed, the heartbreaking point is not only what has happened to Sushant, he's not going to come back to us. But what's heartbreaking right now and makes my blood boil is the lynching that's happening of him after he's gone. He's not here. He's never going to come back to defend himself. He will never hear his side of the story. But we are all connected. We all have a feeling. We all know what would have happened to him, and it's heartbreaking. But the lynching, the systematic lynching of Sushant, the systematic lynching of his father, this
hypocrisy around, this partial feminism, this witch hunt which people are talking about, Ria being witch hunted. And I fail to understand, who are these people? Do they have any sense of humanity left in them when they speak like this? And you feel nothing for Kangana. You are supporting people who are now, with their own admittance, are actually drug peddlers. You are asking for justice for that person. That person is alive. She can fight for herself. She has a chance to live. But that man is gone. That family is struggling to, to prove that, yes, I love my brother, that, yes, I had a good relationship. This is what people are doing to a simple middle-class family. And then we have got Ria Chakravarti. What kind of middle-class family is this that has got, the biggest lawyer in the country fighting for her, the entire government machinery, the bureaucracy? I have never seen another middle-class family like this. But on the other side, you have got a boy who's gone and he's being lynched. He's being called a druggie. He's being called, the family is being called all sorts of things. And the deafening silence of the liberals and these so-called feminists, the deafening silence, the complete disregard for, the decency to show to a man who's died. This is what is actually connecting us a lot more. So when, people say that it's not only about Sushant, yes, because Sushant has actually become a name for a revolution. And if we do not stop it today, I think each one of us are going to be a party to the new, the India that is going to be formed. We have got our children who are going to go out and work, and who we would want a safer place, a place where they can go and they have an equal opportunity to rise, to dream, to feel, and to just live with dignity. And that's what I think this revolution has become about. And what's happening to Kangana and what's happening in Maharashtra is something that I think I can talk for another 1 hour, but it is unbelievable.
Thank you so much. Can we have Meetu Mahajan, please? Meetu Mahajan is in Australia and it's 1:30 a.m. in Australia. Meetu, please come quick. I'm sorry to interrupt Sandhya, but Meetu Mahajan. Thank you so much, Priyanka. Meetu Mahajan.
Thank you for, can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yeah. Namaskar. I am Meetu from Sydney, Australia. I was never an SSR fan. My daughter is. And when we heard on 14th June about SSR, we did not know how to break this news to her. When we told her, she pretended strong, but the next day we realized that she kept crying throughout the night and did not sleep and even missed her school. And that is when I searched, who is Sushant? Why is my daughter, his fan? Who is this person? And that is when I searched and I realized what have we lost? I've not been able to sleep since then. I started being upset about the mysterious, unnatural death of Sushant, and then cover up by Mumbai police, Maharashtra government, and then Republic not being allowed to report properly, and then Kangana's office demolished, and then Republic reporter, camera person, even the taxi driver arrested. And the list is endless in this Corona and Indo-China border issues. I demand for justice for SSR, security for Kangana to start with, and security for every girl in India. Not only females, but everyone in India should have freedom of speech. Everyone is responsible. We know what to say, how to say that. I need an environment in any industry in India, be it Bollywood, be it any other industry, where my children can go and work. I know that they're safe and will not be exploited. I demand the truth for SSR. I am just a small person in this entire world, but my action plan is to support this movement through social media, raise awareness for this movement amongst my family and friends connected on social media. I know many of them have been making fun of me, but I am not bothered by that. I'm not bogged down by that. I'm boycotting all Bollywood movies. I'm currently working with Nari Shakti of like-minded women in Sydney who got together due to this SSR movement. To sum up all, I will not stop. I will keep raising my voice until I see the justice delivered for SSR and everyone else connected. Thank you.
Thank you, Meetu. Sandhya, please take over.
Yes, thank you very much. We are looking next for Dinesh Tripathi ji. If you are there.
Dinesh Tripathi ji. Is Dinesh ji here?
Then we will look for Nishi Anand ji, please.
Nishi Anand ji. Nishi Anand. Nishi Anand ji. Yes, I can see you, Nishi. Nishi Anand, I can see you. Can you show, please be visible on video? Those who are going to speak, please, your video should be visible. You should be visible on the screen. Nishi Anand ji, I can see you. Because if you are visible on the screen, you can make a greater impact. Nishi Anand, please, I'm trying to ask you to unmute. Anyway, let's move forward, but I can see Nishi ji. I don't know whether she's listening to me. Sandhya, ahead, please.
Yeah, Sadhana Garg again.
Sadhana Garg again. Sadhana Garg actually finished speaking. So we move on to the next.
Sonal ji. There's only one name written.
Sonal
ji, please.
Sonal.
Yeah, hi. Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Perfectly.
Yeah, okay. One thing we all are very sure of. Now, Sushant, I've watched him since he came on TV, and there was some kind of thing that he struck a chord with me. Like we say, not a very big actor, this, that, and the other. His death has definitely impacted the whole world. Now there has to be a reason in it. It's like saying Bhagwan ke ghar mein der hai par andher nahi, because the negativity was coming up so much that it had to come to a crush. When the boil gets a head, it bursts, right? When the boil comes to a head, it bursts. So now there is definitely a power of divine intervention in this matter. As we can all see, we all collectively are together in it. As to their cruelty and injustice is also a very big sin. So God has intervened and we will see justice. All this is happening. They're doing things to Kangana. They're doing anything they want to do. Let them do it. They are actually chatpatawing at the moment. They are actually trying to come out of it, but they won't. If it has gone this far, trust the universe. It will go further and we will get justice. The whole world has united to seek justice, a death that has shaken and woken us up. I would like to say a small prayer. If everyone can close their eyes, we can just make a small prayer for everyone who's participating in this. Dear God, as we all stand here, we ask you to please show us light and punish the evil as you have always done. Please grant everyone who's connected a lot of power and justice, and let the justice prevail and the truth be known. More power to Kangana and Pranab, and we all pray that Sushant should rest in peace. Om Namo Shivaya. As Shiva energy is with him, is with us, is standing tall, Om Namo Shivaya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are looking for Richa Singh. Richa Singh ji, please. Vandana Sharma. Vandana Sharma.
Richa Singh, Kangana Sharma. Kangana Sharma is here?
Vandana Sharma.
Vandana Sharma, okay. Vandana.
Not here. I think there's a few people from the beginning. I would like to see if there's somebody here now. Rashni Mahesh, did we have you? There were 2 or 3 people we skipped. Anyway, the next person is Shaline Atre. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Shaline Atreji, please. Could you unmute yourself? Gayatri has already spoken. Pravin Amin ji, please. If you can hear me, unmute yourself. As well, maybe we can do it later. Sanskriti Saram, are you present? Sanskriti Saramji, if you are here, please unmute yourself.
Sanskriti. Yeah, she's here. She's here. I can see her. Sanskriti. I can see. Yeah, Sanskriti.
Hello.
Excellent. Please go
Hi.
ahead.
Thank you. I went through those three questions. Why we are upset, what are our demands, what will we shall take. Why we are upset is that lots of time has already been wasted by the Mumbai police within 4 walls, 44 days and 50 interrogations. And with medical evidences are all compromised. And why I'm further upset is that the old father, close to 75 years, had to go back to his own state, Bihar state, to seek justice, file the case from the beginning. Further, why I'm being upset, it's that the responsible authority like protective forces like police, they continue to support the suspected criminals. Further, why I'm upset is that although Kama is not a primary witness, but she has substantial information that could have led to such gruesome outcome. And on what demand I propose is that if you recall that there was a senior officer who himself is quite young, by any standard, who came down to Bombay, who was kept, hostage. Now, I want to directly demand the government that would you like to share the list of officials who visited Bombay around that time and what action you took? Were they all quarantined along with these IS officers? So, on what demand I really want. Second demand that when Kangana House was bulldozed, I remember when I was in Bombay for around 4 years, good years, not far from NCB office, Pala State, very beautiful side of Bombay. And it's an impression of England, Ballard Estate, but Pier. And unfortunately, the BM office houses itself a grand building. But if you see the state of Bombay, it's so dirty, The roads are broken. There are my friends who are staying in a very dangerous building. The RW heads have been visiting this DMC to evacuate people because it might fall anytime. So my demand is that if you have those Kangana house or whatever office, likewise, I would I challenge the Maharashtra government that from today on this public forum, if any building falls, any life is gone, any injury, any casualty, then the direct homicide goes the head of the CM, the Mayor of Bombay, and the BMC, the prime criminal body. So I've covered why I'm upset and what are my demands. Further, I want to really, I don't know if I have the time or not, but I have many things to recall. Like I remember my mother told that about Lal Bahadur Shastri, his high moral values. When there were 2 rail accidents and he took the ownership, he put his resignation Nehru. When one time Nehru did not accept, but the second time when Shastriji again put in his paper, he said, I have to because it is my responsibility. I asked why this SP of Bandra, and this commissioner. This commissioner is drawing the salary still, and the citizens are still, in that domain of that guy. This guy, I don't remember the name, Paramit Singh as another Trimukhe. They are still in the job. So I compare Master Ji high morality to the person police. Had it not been Patna police, I would have said कि हिंदी में बोले अगर पटना पुलिस अपना काम नहीं करती तो मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि इंडिया का पुलिस बेकार है. अगर जय शंकर प्रसाद जी जो खुद बिहारी है पटना के हैं, अगर वो आगे ना आते लॉ मिनिस्टर, तो क्या एसआर को सुशांत सिंह राजपूत को इतना ज्यादा आवाज मिली? अगर चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ बिहार आगे नहीं आते, क्या हम देख रहे हैं? ये देख रहे हैं कि हमारे इंडिया में स्टेट डिवीजन हो रहा है, और फिर कश्मीर को क्यों मांगेगा, और फिर खालिस्तान क्यों मांगेगा, कल को महाराष्ट्र भी मांगेगा को कि हमें अपना महाराष्ट्र दे दो. कहाँ से आ रहा है साइकोलॉजी? So मेरे पास तो what content, I don't know my time, what should I cover? मेरा upset होना बहुत obvious. I'm also from Bihar. I happen to be living in the same area where Sushant Singh Rajput was saying. So I have a personal feeling for this guy. He was a future technocrat. He was killed. और ये लोग जो killer हैं, वो 4 लोग ही से killer हैं, I'm sure. So they are the hunts, but behind is somewhere else. So we have to make these 4, criminals from the home side to speak out. Who monitored them to kill him, to give medicine? So anyway,
thank you.
I have to this. My voice.
Okay, thank you. Please, it was nice you expressed yourself. Your emotions were so visible. Maybe now have Dolly Gopichand here, please.
Namaste to all. Namaste to all. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. I am Dolly Gopichand from Durban in South Africa. I've prepared my speech so that I don't slip up. We, the Hindus of Indian origin based in South Africa, look up to our Bharat Mata for inspiration, guidance, values, culture, and spirituality. Although we were isolated from India during the apartheid regime, we held on to our Sanatan Dharma and Hindu culture and values. We fought for the struggle for our people in South Africa to have equal rights in a democracy. We have seen over the years with dismay the events that have taken place in our motherland. And now, as Dharma is slowly being restored in a country where great incarnations, saints, and world leaders have been born, the onslaught from other faiths, liberals, and anti-Hindu elements is indeed making the journey to Ram Rajya a difficult one. 127 years ago, on 11 September 1893, a great son of Bharat Mata, Swami Vivekananda, went to the Parliament of Religion and spoke of the frailty of wars in the name of religion. Yet we still see this in our motherland, who have taken in their bosom all religions, and now they abuse the very people who gave them protection. The subtle erosion of our culture in the entertainment industry, namely Bollywood, is verily noticeable. The death or murder of Sushant Singh Rajput has indeed opened a Pandora's box of conspiracy of the Bollywood industry, drug cartels, politicians of Maharashtra, and Abrahamic religions. We are really proud of Ms. Kangana Ranaut, who was the impetus with Republic TV, Sri Arnab Goswami, to instigate the investigation of the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. We salute Sri Arnabji. Dr. Subramaniam Swamy was one of the first to request a CBI inquiry when the Maharashtra government, conspiring with the Maharashtra police at the behest of the Bollywood mafia, brushed this as a suicide. Thank you, Dr. Swamy, for upholding Hindu Dharma. Kangana, you have the blessings of great saints and mothers like Gargi, Maitri, Sita, Draupadi, and Sri Sharda Devi behind you. You were born in Himachal Pradesh like Mother Parvati in the mountains. Hail to you for fighting for justice for Bharat Mata and Sanatan Dharma. May the power of Mother Durga protect you and guide you always. We are with you. We will continue to rally against those that continue to support the injustice in Bollywood. We will continue to be the warriors for SSR and stand up for Kangana. We will use the hashtag Boycott Bollywood, Warriors for SSR, and stand up for Kangana. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you so much. That was Dolly from South Africa. We have Ruchi from Australia. So can you come in, Ruchi? And then I would hand over to the next moderator, please, after Ruchi.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for giving me a chance again to speak. Without taking too much time, I thought if I don't share my poems with all the fellow SSRians, it won't be just. So just quickly gonna read my dedications for Sushant. That's one in Hindi and one in English. So please bear with me as I just read it now. So this is Sushant ki yaad mein. मासूम सा है चेहरा जिसकी प्यारी सी मुस्कान है अपने हुनर के दम पे चमका जो वो तारा सिर्फ सुशांत है काबिल नहीं था दुनिया के इसलिए अलविदा कह गया सितारों की थी चाह जिसे वो सितारों में ही मिल गया गौरव था जो देश का वो नासा की बातें करता था पन्नों पर लिखकर ख्वाबों को उनको पूरा करता था हस्तियां तो कई और भी कुदरत से जाकर मिल गईं पर इसकी रुखसती न जाने क्यों हर दिल में जाकर चुभ गई जिंदा था जब तो शांत था वो अब मरकर आंधी बन गया देश विदेश का हर भारतवासी उसके लिए गांधी बन गया सरहदों ने बांध लिया तो क्या सोशल मीडिया पे हम कहेंगे जब तक नहीं मिलता सुशांत को इंसाफ NRIs नहीं रुकेंगे So that was one in Hindi.
Thank
and
you.
This is one in English. So this is in memory of SSR. Sushant Singh Rajput, who we lovingly call as SSR, was surely made by God himself in his idlest hour. Paying attention to every detail, he made him pure and divine. With a sharp mind and charming looks, he gave him kind heart and an innocent smile. His family yearned for a son for long. They prayed all day and night. Little did they know that God, for them, was designing a star who'll shine so bright. He was born a star to be a star, and he loved starry astrophysics. With excellence in performing arts, he also penned poetic lyrics. Not only in Bollywood, but worldwide too, closest to him is none. And Johris realized this first, so they ganged up to poke fun. It wasn't nepotism that killed a brand called SSR. He was too good for Earth, so this Bollywood, which was jealous, they crucified Sushant. Thank you. All I want to add here is I hope the PM and the Home Minister can clean their internal dirt of the country first before they look out to clean up our borders internationally. Because if our house is clean, I'm sure we all together will help you clean our neighboring countries and the dirt from there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you so much. I now want to call in Mr. Bhanu Vashishtji. He's been the person who has coordinated and brought people from all over the world. And we are really very grateful. He's been spending sleepless nights and getting this entire thing organized in just about 2 days. Bhanu, can you please come on screen and speak?
Jai Shri Ram to all the Bharatiyas, the Sanatani people, and anybody who feels for Jai Shri Ram, to our moderator as well. I saw her, So it's a collective effort that we are trying to build up this thing which should have been inherent into our conscience, into our system, into our governments, to take care of the subsystems. Bollywood is a subsystem, and it has been one of the prime things on which, you know, youth, teens have become youngsters, youngsters have become, you know, matured over time, you know, looking at Bollywood. And we still, it reeks of evil, it reeks of nexus, it reeks of connivance. So, before I speak about Bollywood and my viewpoint, I'm really thankful to Rupa ji, to Rashmi ji, to IIW, to Reach India, to Silicon Andhra, to Orange Moon Productions. Both of Silicon Andhra and Orange Moon are based in UK. Ashok Badiji, to Hari ji, they have been extremely supportive in spite of their busy schedules. They have taken out time to make this event smooth, and there has been a lot of coordination. In a short time, I hope we have been able to achieve, you know, bringing the voice of people and the emotions together. I'm really thankful to all of you. I'm also very cognizant of the emotions overflowing, and this is exactly what I personally had in mind. What should happen to all the collective emotions of people, which is feeling the angst, the pain, the sense of injustice that has been meted to SSR and to our lone lioness, Kangana Ranawat. I would really be very happy. I'll make a screenshot if we can just raise our hands for Kangana Ranawat. If we can just all raise our hands. Rashmi ji, can you just make a screenshot of all the people? Or maybe, please. Yeah, I want to see all hands raised for Kangana Ranawat. Okay, I'll make a screenshot. I'll just bend my arm. Please, everybody stay there, right? Rashmi ji, can you make a screenshot of the next people?
Camera should be on. Punita Jha, Leena, Lalit, Rekha, Sureka, Hari. Please, everybody, please switch on your cameras. Nishi, Anand, switch on your camera. Pammy, others, everybody, please come on screen because we need to make 3 screenshots because there are 3 screens in front of me. Sanjeev, I give you the task of making a screenshot, please. Sanjeev.
Bridji, you have to be definitely there. What an awesome speaker you are. Rashmi ji, please do the thing. And if we can raise our arms for 30 seconds, I'm sure we can stand for Kangana. So please don't find it awkward. Please feel that you're standing right behind Kangana, right in our inner security group. Rashmi ji, when you are done, let me know.
Sanjeev will let us know. Sanjeev Vasu.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for one Miss.
Don't
Rashmi
wait for one person. I mean, let us just, yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple of them in screen 1. So I'm going to do screen by screen. There are 4 screens right now. Screen 1, I'm waiting for Nishi Anand and Rashmi Makwana.
Don't wait. Just do it. If the people are left behind, I think they are not very much into the movement. Okay, so let's proceed.
Right. Okay. In 3, 2, and 1, I want all the hands up. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm putting it on the group. Let me move to screen 2 because there are 4 screens right now.
Okay, perfect.
In screen 2, I'm going to be doing the screenshot in 3, 2, and 1. Can I have everybody's hands up, please? Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. That's great. And moving to screen 3 right now. Okay. Can I have everybody's hands up over here, please? And I'm going to be taking the screenshot in 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, so I'll resume.
Yep. And the last
Bollywood has been so centric to our life. What has Bollywood produced? I remember growing up watching a serial of one guy who was a superstar. He played a role. Or are they just copying some autobiographies and making movies and minting money and living a totally contrary role in their real lives? I haven't seen many of Kangna movies. I don't think I have seen a Kangna movie, but I've just seen her interviews. How genuine, how much every youth can connect with her journey, with her struggle coming from a small town, fighting against nepotism, fighting against probably substance abuse, rising from the ashes. She is a phoenix. If you want your children to grow up into somebody, at least now you have one single person whom you can look up to.
नहीं वो
Those filters which we have been thinking that, oh, and I'm very happy to stand with all of you. I am also very happy to stand alone by myself, and let this be our jajba, our feeling that now we have come to have this courage, because this courage is what we are going to pass on to our next generations. Jai Hind. Dhanyavad.
Thank you. Thank you so much, passionate Bhanuji. Okay, may I now hand over to the next moderator, please? Hello, meanwhile, as the next moderator is coming, we had one name, Nishi Anand, which was called upon. Nishi, are you there? Do you want to speak now? Nishi, I can see you on the screen, but your camera is not on, but I can see you. Okay, Nishi, are you coming?
I've spoken earlier. Do you want to speak again?
No, Nishi has spoken. Then let's go to Deepak Jashparaji. Deepak ji, can you please express yourself?
May I interrupt? This is Ashok Buddy.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting, but I really need to leave, and I just want to say a few words.
Yeah, sure. Carry on, please.
One thing is I highly appreciate each and every one of you for taking time, and we all have similar feelings. We share the same emotions on what's happening right now currently in Bharat. I just want to take this opportunity and thank Mishra ji, Rashmi Mishra ji, Rupa ji, Vashisht ji, and all, and each and every one of you. Let's just keep the engagement, the activism going, and let us have more of these kind of sessions. More importantly, we all expressing our anger, expressing our emotions is one thing, but keeping ourselves engaged as a community means that we should come up with a strategy on what next, what is actually going to be a meaningful action that is going to make an impact back home or here within our communities. We live in UK, we live in United States, some of us in Australia. We have our own communities, and there are two things that we need to be doing: protecting our community here where we live, and also keep ourselves connected to our roots back in Bharat. So let us, have a strategy session, a large scale strategy session. If I request all further speakers to think and talk in terms of what is actually what we can as a group because we say Sangathan mein Shakti hai, but kaisa hai Shakti? How do we channelize that Shakti? How do we, come together in the true sense? Is what I think we all should be thinking and planning. We all talking, you're saying boycott movies is good, Khan bashing is good, all that is good, but how does it matter? Finally, end of the day, what is the plan of action is where I think we as a group so far have failed. As the Hindu community or as the Indian community, we all are individually, we are all lions and tigers, share hai. But always we, in a war between a lion and a pack of wolves, the pack of wolves wins. We have to develop that pack mentality, that group mentality, and get into that habit of winning. uh, the Islamic jihadists, they win every time because they all come together and no matter what are united, thick and thin. We unfortunately do not have that mentality. So again, changing a little mindset and strategizing our efforts, engagement, and this is one small step towards this engagement. So my heartfelt thanks to Rashmi ji again. Thank you, ma'am. I will take leave. And thank you, Vashish ji, as well, for involving myself and Hari from the United States.
Thank you so much, Ashok Badiji. It's indeed a pleasure to have you here. And your presence is so magnetic, and you have actually done amazing thing in US, bringing in, I think more than 32,000 people together on board. And we look up to you with more guidance and support. Thank you so much, sir. Let's connect on WhatsApp and be together. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashok ji, from me as well.
Yeah, so Rupa, who do we have next? The moderators, where are they?
Shashi is next.
Yeah, Shashi, let's start.
Hi there, I'm Shashi Hussain. I was brought up in the UK, and we used to really look forward to a Bollywood night once a week on a Saturday night with the old movies, and a die-hard fan. Sadly, in the last 10 to 15 years, when you started getting the old actors' children coming up who had no idea about acting, but happened to have the blood of the the mega stars of the yesteryears, that doesn't really correspond to Bollywood as we would like it to be. So when we say boycott Bollywood, a lot of people have said we don't want to boycott Bollywood because that means all of Indian cinema. Amitabh Bachchan actually once said it's not Bollywood, it's Indian cinema. Now, if you look at Indian cinema for the last 50 years, you had proper actors who came from schools, from drama schools, and they came from very middle-class families who made it to the top through sheer talent and hard work, which is sadly not the case in the last 10, 15 years, where it's their children who've come with little or no talent at all. So this is what we're trying to say: stop Bollywood, boycott Bollywood, because it's all about nepotism. It's who you know and who your parents are and who the director is. But worse still, what's happened now, which wasn't there before, is that the mafia are actually funding the projects. And they're calling the shots of who has to be the top actor and the first four Khans. Not that they're the most talented or good looking, but just that they fit into the paradigm that they want to create, which is very anti-Hindu, if you can think about the last few movies that have been made, even with the top actors. I used to like Amir Khan till he made PK, made a big laughing stock of our Hindu culture, although he's married to two Hindu women before. So it's very, very sad. It's the way they want to influence the youngsters in creating a new type of India, which is very anti-nationalist. So when we say boycott Bollywood, it's boycott the Bollywood as it is today, not Indian cinema. So if you look at the small time movies that are being screened on Netflix or the other online channels, they're usually from very small, lesser known names, but who made brilliant movies because they come from talent and not necessarily from the stars' relatives. So I think this is where we want to try and shift the paradigm, where we support Bollywood, but we support the new Indian cinema, which is promoting new talent, and that we can do with our own feet, which means we only look at movies which have got lesser known actors on there. So we're still supporting them, because people are saying there's so many lives involved in making a film, which is true, but it's the same people that are making the smaller movies as with the bigger ones. So we're not taking any, any jobs away from anyone, but we're making it a little bit more meaningful to everyone. So this is one thing that I do feel strongly for, and hats off to Kangana, who has taken on the whole of the Bollywood fraternity and the mafia. So, and of course the local government, Shiv Sena as well. And I think we need a lot more women like her, and to make a real difference. And I think a lot of people who are on our screen today can make a difference if we all put our minds and efforts into it. So coming to that, I have got a very dear friend, which is Kusum Chand, who is a very strong woman herself. I'm sure if she put her mind to it, she could change the whole of the world. So let's have Kusum say a few words. Kusum, can you unmute, please?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, there are two main points that I want to stress upon. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Kusum Chand. I live in the UK. I'm a lecturer. I have been following both these, news on a couple of Indian news channels. But what comes to my mind is that we can form groups like this, where we can come onto Zoom and we can talk about it. But the main thing is, like one of the previous speakers said, we really need to strategize all this. We do need to have some kind of strategy put together to see that what can we do about it. I mean, even if we talk about the boycott of movies, how are we monitoring that? Do we know people are doing that, or people are just saying we'll do that? So there's got to be some way of trying to put all our minds together. I'm sure each and every one here has got some point like they can put forward and come up with that. This is what we can do. Perhaps I don't know, perhaps a charity to raise some money to sort out a few things, or perhaps getting together and forming an action planning committee to see what could be done. One of the points that Shashi earlier said was to perhaps watch the films only of the newcomers and the low budget films, because during this COVID, I have been watching a lot of movies on Netflix, and many of them were of actors I don't even know, I don't know about. I've never heard about them, but they were excellent movies, So those are the kind of movies I think we need to promote. And those are the kind of actors we need to promote. Pankaj Tripathi is one of them. I'd never seen any movies of him before. Now I've tried to follow as many as I could and watch all those, but there are very few of his movies. So people like that, I think we need to be promoting, not those who have thought that Bollywood is perhaps their property and they can do whatever they want to do. So
what are your feelings on Kangana? We're trying to support the women, and how
yeah, well, Kangana is I would say from now on she is my hero. I mean, what she has done, one woman has brought down the whole of Mumbai machinery. If you see that the BMC and you see the Shiv Sena, even the Congress and all these people have jumped in just because of this one girl who's tried to basically fight for the truth, for justice, and no one else has got the guts to do that. So really, I am 100% in support of her, and whatever we can do to support her, I mean, I'm all in, with you. So I really think that we as, there are some men in there, so pardon me for saying that, but we women are very powerful to do lots of things that we can. I mean, you can see that what she's done. I mean, how badly they have treated her in every which way, you know. So she hasn't got that beautiful place that she had has been destroyed. And now they're also looking at trying to destroy the one where she's living at now, you know. So despite all those things, she's still been very brave and still fighting all those people, you know. So 100% support for her.
Super.
So
well, thank you very
basically,
much.
I would like to have some people come up with some kind of
no, I do agree with the fact that we can vote with our feet and our hands and our remote controls and switch off all the big Khan movies and watch and promote the newer talent.
Yeah,
I think that's in the end, money hurts. So if all the big brands can pull out of the sponsorships of the big mega stars and promote the smaller talent, I think that's where the visibility will come. Great. Thank you so much, Kusum. Can we have the next speaker, please? And that's Namrata. Namrata, can you please unmute? Right. Tell us, Namrata.
Hi.
You're another diehard fan. Super.
Hi, my name is Namrata Jaz. I've been actually living in the UK for the past 30 years, came here as a child. So basically a diehard fan of Indian Bollywood movies. But I must say that, this topic is about Kangana Ranaut and also about Sushant Singh Rajput. To be honest with you, I actually was not a great fan of him. I hadn't watched too much of his shows and movies, but I've been actually just a few of them. I did watch Pavitra Rishta, but lately, because of the lockdown and plus what has gone on with the media, with the news, and the whole thing about nepotism in Bollywood, and the whole thing about movies, and the whole thing about the government, and how the women are basically treated and the girls are treated in the Bollywood is really shameful, and it's actually really blown me apart, to be honest with you. The things which have actually come up. I actually want to go and stand by these girls. We want to be able to do
I think one
something.
thing we are forgetting, this has always happened. If you look at Meena Kumari, she started at the age of 13.
Yeah.
She was just left there. You look at most of these other actresses, from the yesteryears, they came from very poor backgrounds and did whatever they had to do to get to wherever they had to get. So it has been, and I think it was a Me Too movement long time ago, and it's still continuing. But what would you have done? Say you are Anil Kapoor's daughter and you're given 15 crores to do a movie. Are you going to turn it down because you don't think
of course not. Of course not. It is all been about these Bollywood heroes and heroines and their kids. That's what I was on about. The middle class family kids, the way they are being treated, whether they are boys or they are girls. The debates that I've watched, it's actually really shaken. We people sitting in UK, we people sitting in UK and people around the world, as we've actually come together since, this whole, scenario has happened to do with Rajput, Sushant Singh Rajput, we should be able to actually change this world. We should actually boycott the Bollywood. All these heroes, sick of watching Salman Khan. He's an old git, right? Is in every movie. Why aren't these youngsters given the chance to actually come up and be heroes? Just for example, Sushant was so intelligent, a lovely boy from a simple family. He's actually, the way he's been treated, and the whole, the girl who went from here called Jia Khan, what happened with her? We need to actually stand by them.
Kensington.
Yeah.
Mother
I mean, I feel so sorry for the mother and the whole family. What happened with her? She was an absolutely lovely, educated girl. Only because she had this talent to go and act in Bollywood.
Well, the mother says it's Aditya Pancholi who raped her and then killed
Exactly.
her. So
Exactly. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's all about these young women who end up in Bollywood. It could be, this is Jia Khan. There's probably many we don't know about.
Divya Bharti.
Divya Bharti was there for years back. She
There's a
actually
question
just
mark
happened
even
with
about
us.
Shri Devi, whether it was due to mafia. There is a big question mark going on there as well. So never know.
Yeah, of course. There will be stories
Namrata,
about.
thank you so much. We got a big line.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So can we have Dheeraj next, and then we can have Meenakshi after that. Dheeraj, are you there? Unmute, please. Rupa, is Dheeraj there? If not, we can have Meenakshi. Okay, Meenakshi, can you unmute? And would you like to say a few words? Meenakshi is from Bahrain. So can you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Shashi ji for giving me such a wonderful global platform to speak on this ongoing issues about Kangana and Sushant Singh Rajput. Yes, Sushant Singh Rajput, he was a very talented actor. Some of his movies I have watched and he has done a great job in those movies. But it is really unfortunate what has happened with him. Actually, I'm surprised also why these big shots like Salman Khan and Ajay Devgan, Amitabh Bachchan, all these people, Amir Khan, they have not spoken anything about this issue. This is really surprising. Otherwise, they all come for small things like polio drops or other things. But this such a big issue, nobody is speaking anything. That's really shocking. And whatever CBI has done, and they are still like investigating this issue, and the narcotics team, I really appreciate so quickly they have found out the witnesses and taken them under their custody. And now, like, I was really happy when Riya Chakravarti was like, police has taken her under the custody, and we are hoping that truth will prevail, and the fake faces, like they are on faces, they are something different, and on at the back they do something else. So Sushant Singh Rajput, coming from a small town, and I think he would have ruled the Bollywood if he was given a chance. But nepotism again everywhere, as everybody says, it is everywhere. So, but somewhere we have to put a full stop on this. And for Kangana, yes, she is a very brave girl, very strong girl. And I'm also from Himachal, it is not I'm supporting because of that, but yes, she's a woman of substance. And I would appreciate that whatever she is doing, I like, it gives strength to other ladies, other women also. And today also I have seen like whatever she is doing, it's a great job. And for Kangana, especially these 4 lines I have written just now, I hope you will understand this. Tu hi Durga, tu hi Shakti. Tu hi Durga, tu hi Shakti. Tu na kabhi bhi hari hai. माँ भी तू है, बहन भी तू है, माँ भी तू है, बहन भी तू है, हे नारी तू सब पर भारी है. So please, those who are underestimating that she is alone, they should not think. We all are with her, and of course she will win. And the whole of India, not only India, everywhere in the world now, they are supporting for Kangana, for SSR, and we are looking forward that she will win and Sushant Singh Rajput will get justice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meenakshi. That's very rings the same tone with everyone. We all feel the same. Can we have Pratima? Pratima Avasti, are you online?
1 minute, yeah. There is Renu Gujral who has to go. So can we have quickly her?
I thought she'd left. She was on my list, but I can't see
left.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, she had to pick up her mother from hospital. I don't think she's not there anymore. Yeah, she was on my list. Is Pratima there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Pratima, tell us.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
मेरे वतन के लोगों, we call for a reform. a reform which is much needed. That's the outcry of every single one. Whether we live here in UK, USA, any part of the world, or India, they have to listen because it is important. Rupa, Ekta, Priyanka, you echoed our sentiments. I would like to read out quotes written by Sushant. And this will really tell us, we all know, but I want to reinforce the person that he was. He wrote, "As long as you were, I was. Now just in my memories, I come alive, like that shadow, but just flickers. Time doesn't move here. It's beautiful, mother. It's forever." Sushant, you also are going to be there forever. You live forever as truth and inspiration. He again goes on to say, the only strong opinion that I have about myself is that I don't have opinions. Such a humble person. The Bollywood could not tolerate such a human being among themselves because they don't have the capacity, they don't have the intelligence to be like him. This was Sushant, a pure soul. He is actually a true hero, as he stemmed inspiration and motivation for our younger generations. Live your dreams, he said. You have the right to dream. We are carrying your flame, Sushant. The naughty system, the naughty mindset, the naughty group has taken a truly talented being away from accomplishing his dreams. We are there for you, Sushant. You will always be there amongst us. I am Sushant. Justice for Sushant. I am Kangana. I am India. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Thank you, Pratima. That was wonderful. I think another instance that comes to mind is, I think it was on social media, circulated quite a lot, is the fun that they made, absolute humiliation of Sushant by, I think it was Salman and I think Shah Rukh Khan on one of the I think it was an awards program. It was absolutely despicable. And the worst thing was all the other megastars were laughing. And it was absolutely shameful. And that carried on to Kapil Sharma's show as well, purely because that is funded by Salman Khan. He owns the show, and he carried on the humiliation, which I think we should also put a foot down, because we will not accept that in our society here. I mean, if you try doing that here in any school, you'd be chucked out. Thank you so much. So do we
I wanted to add to that, actually. I don't know if you people have seen the video where Salman Khan on stage has actually kicked him.
Yes, that's another video.
Out of the way when one of these
because it was on one of the inaugurations. Yes, I saw that.
Ridiculous.
Very shameful. Shameful. So do we have Rakesh, our next speaker, Rakesh?
Yes, please. Good evening.
Hi, Rakesh. I love your Union Jack at the back to show that
Thank you,
you're
ma'am.
representing UK.
Thank you. ये इसलिए लगाया है क्योंकि हम जहाँ रहते हैं, फौज में भी हमें सिखाया था, जहाँ पे भी आप रहते हैं, आपको वहाँ की सेवा करनी होती है और साथ साथ में आपको अपने देश की भी सेवा करनी होती है. And you should remember, the place where you're based, you need to serve them. And coming to the point, I would keep it in Hindi. Pehle to namaste everybody, and thank you for inviting me today and giving me a chance to share my views. I'll keep it simple in Hindi because मैं भारतीय हूँ और आज काफी जनता भारत से कनेक्टेड है, देश विदेश से हम सब भारतीय इकट्ठे हुए हैं. And thanks to रश्मि जी and ब्रिज भाई जिन्होंने मुझे बताया कि ये हो रहा है, तो why can't you share your views? And मैं इसलिए भी बोलना चाहूंगा क्योंकि मुझे 20 साल हो गए हैं. Am I audible first of all? Am I
Yes,
audible?
perfect. Yes, perfect.
मुझे 20 साल हो गए इंडस्ट्री से जुड़े हुए, और 20 सालों में मैंने आज पहली बार एक रेवोल्यूशन आते हुए देखा है। उससे पहले क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ मुझे कुछ नहीं पता, लेकिन जो 20 सालों में मैंने देखा है वो आज एक फर्क देखा है कि हम एज जनता, एक ऑडियंस इंडस्ट्री के अगेंस्ट खड़ी हुई है। नॉट ओनली इंडस्ट्री, एक एक गवर्नमेंट, एक पॉलिटिकल बॉडी के अगेंस्ट खड़ी है, और जो है शिवसेना। शिवसेना हैज बीन डोमिनेट सिंस मेनी इयर्स। एंड जब मैं भी था बॉम्बे में तो हमें डर लगता था कि हम शिव सैनिकों के हाथ में ना आ जाएं, या हम कुछ ऐसा ना बोल दें ट्रेन में भी जिससे कोई मारामारी स्टार्ट हो जाए, या हम लोग एक उस एटमॉस्फेयर से आए हैं कि हम किसी को तू तड़ाक नहीं कर सकते। लेकिन वहां पे डर के रहना पड़ता था, काफी चीजें होती थी, और ये सब एक्सप्लॉयटेशन के जरिए हैं एक आदमी की साइकी पे प्रेशर डालने के। अब क्योंकि बॉम्बे में इन्वॉल्वमेंट फिल्म की इतनी ज्यादा कर दी है, और अब उसको शायद धीरे धीरे दिल्ली या दूसरे एरियाज में भी स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं, तो ये थोड़ा अच्छा भी है। लेकिन इतनी ज्यादा आज भी है कि आपको बड़ा काम करना है तो कहते हैं दिल्ली वाले आप बॉम्बे जाइए। अगर आप दिल्ली आ रहे हैं काम करने, इसका मतलब आप फ्लॉप एक्टर है। ये कौन सी साइकी थी मुझे नहीं पता था, 2000 की बात कर रहा हूँ। और उस दौरान मेरे साथ काफी चीजें हुई। एनडीए से भी मेरा चल रहा था ताल्लुकात। मेरे फादर भी मिलिट्री के रिटायर्ड कर्नल हैं, एंड ही सर्व द 3 wars which happened with China and Pakistan, but nobody knows about it. They only know because of the films. बॉर्डर फिल्म बनी, मेरे फादर पे बनी, ठीक है, उनको अवार्ड मिला है जो भी था। बट द थिंग वाज कि इस इंडस्ट्री में आप सरवाइव नहीं कर सकते अगर आप बाहर से आ रहे हैं। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आई थिंक भानु जी कह रहे थे एक फौजी सीरियल देख रहे थे। हम तो फौज में ही थे जब हम ये सीरियल देख रहे थे, और हमें बड़ी प्रेरणा मिलती थी कि वी हैव टू बी लाइक इट, वी हैव टू आई आइडलाइज दिस मैन। बट जब मैं बॉम्बे पहुंचा तो कुछ नहीं, बहुत कुछ मेरे लिए चेंज हो गया, क्योंकि मैं ऐसी ऐसी जगह पहुंचा। मिसाल के तौर पे लोखंड वाला एक जगह है, उसके पीछे एक जगह है महाड़ा। दैट इज द एनसाइक्लोपीडिया ऑफ द फिल्म इंडस्ट्री। अगर आपको किसी को जानना है फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के बारे में, वहां जाइए, वहां पे जर्नलिस्ट भेजिए, वहां पे आपको ऐसे ऐसे लोग मिलेंगे पुराने जिन्होंने कभी अमिताभ बच्चन जी को चांस दिया। आई डोंट कॉल हिम जी नाउ बिकॉज मैंने जो चीजें देखी हैं उस टाइम से मैं उनको एज जो मेरे आइडल थे कट कर चुका हूँ। अब मेरा आइडल मैं खुद हूँ, और मैं अपने आप को ही निखारता हूँ, मैं किसी को फॉलो नहीं करता। लेकिन जो चीजें मैंने देखी उस टाइम पे, ये एक्सप्लॉयटेशन, मनी पावर, ये सदियों से हो रहा है। पहले कपूर्स करते थे, फिर खान्स पे आई, अब दूसरे करते हैं। ये चलता रहेगा, ये जौहर्स एंड ऑल ये सब करते रहेंगे। ऐसा नहीं है किसी के साथ नहीं हो रहा। इनफैक्ट मेरे साथ भी हुआ था। आपको याद होगा 2003 के करीब एक फिल्म आई थी बागबान। बागबान फिल्म में समीर सोनी जो रोल कर रहे थे वो रोल मेरा था। ये मेरे को आज तक याद है क्योंकि मैं उस सीन पे था और मुझे ये बताया गया आपका ये रोल है। मैंने वो बकाया उसका ऑडिशन भी दिया, सिलेक्ट भी हुआ। जब फाइनल पे गए तो समीर सोनी ओवरलैप द रोल। अब वो किसके इन्फ्लुएंस से, थोड़ी दिन पहले ही मैं उनको टीवी पे देख रहा था, वो कंगना की और सबके अगेंस्ट थे, बॉलीवुड के अगेंस्ट नहीं थे। तो ये कहाँ से आती है सीधे ये मानसिकता, मुझे सब समझ आती है इनकी। और ये किस किस को फेवर करते हैं, इनकी क्या ग्रुप्स है, क्या सिंडिकेट है। मेरा देखिए कहना यही है कि आप कुछ भी करें, आज अगर हम एक चीज को साफ करने निकले हैं तो उसको कुछ ऐसा क्लीन करें कि उसका नामो निशान हट जाए। और नामो निशान हटा कौन सकता है? पब्लिक हटा सकती है। ये पब्लिक आज तक जागरूक नहीं हुई थी, आज हो रही है, ठीक है। उसमें ब्रिज भाई के शो पे मैंने 16 तारीख को, उन्होंने 16 जून को किया था, सुशांत जी की डेथ से 2 दिन बाद। तो मैंने उसमें फर्स्ट बंदा था जिसमें मैंने पॉइंट आउट किया ये एक मर्डर है, क्योंकि उस साइकी से मैं आ चुका हूँ। मैं भी देख रहा हूँ उसको क्या हो रहा है। पॉलिटिकल एंगल उसको बाद में मिला है, क्योंकि ड्रग्स माफिया जो पनपता है ये ऐसे नहीं पनप सकता। दिस इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट हेल्प, एंड द मेन पर्सन बिहाइंड दिस इज सलमान खान, whose funding sources from outside, and there is no shame in calling he is related to Dawood. If you want to catch Dawood, okay, catch that person. आप उसको क्वेश्चन करिए, उसके टेस्ट कराइए, आपको 2 मिनट में पता चल जाएगा कौन से लिंक कहाँ खुल रहे हैं, क्यों दुबई जाके आपको प्रीमियर कराने होते हैं शोज को। हम जनता का पैसा, ये लोग हमारा ही पैसा लूट के, हमें ही अपनी फिल्म दिखा के, अपनी मस्तीगिरी दिखा के हमारा ही करोड़ों पैसा ले लेते हैं। मुझे तो आज तक ये चीज समझ नहीं आई। और फौजी एक जो वहां लड़ रहा है, या आपका कोई दूसरा भाई पुलिस का बंधु जो लड़ रहा है, वो अपनी सैलरी के लिए भी भाग रहा है। ये कहाँ का है मेरे को समझ नहीं आता। यूके में ऐसा हाल क्यों नहीं है? यूके में सबके पास राइट्स क्यों है? फॉरगेट अबाउट यूके, एनी अदर कंट्री, व्हाई दे हैव द लॉज। और वहां पे क्यों आदमी बिना झिझक, बिना किसी संकोच के लड़ सकता है? एक मिनिमम वेजेस तय है कि आपको भी इतना मिलेगा, मुझे भी इतना मिलेगा। और इंडिया में आप आए तो फिर एक चीज को आपको बढ़ावा देना पड़ता है, दैट इज करप्शन। अब वो हम क्यों कर लेते हैं? किसी ने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा ठीक है अगर आपको 10 करोड़ मिलेंगे, मेरे को भी मिलेंगे, शायद मैं भी उस वक्त तैयार हो जाता, क्योंकि मुझे ये था, मेरे को दिखना है। शाहरुख खान, I can tell you right now, has a compromise made when he came after that serial called Fauji, but he can't expose that compromise because वो उसकी गंदी हकीकत है, वो नहीं बयान कर सकते, खत्म है, that's finish it off. But उनके मन में किसी के लिए गंद नहीं है. You will not see him on the stage. That was Shahid Kapoor, because those people, these people, ये जो पनपते हैं नीचे के आजकल यंगस्टर, इनके ऊपर पहले ही होता है फादर हैंड, गॉड फादर हैंड, तो मेरे को क्या कर लेंगे, मेरे को ये कर लेंगे. तो everybody is now following the traits. शाहरुख इज I don't admire him, but ठीक है, वो एक हद तक है, उसका एक कॉम्प्रोमाइज है, वो एक्सप्लॉयटेशन आज भी होती है. अब वो करण जौहर जानता है, विवेक वासवानी एक बहुत बड़ा कॉमेडियन था, वो जानता है, असरानी जानता है. असरानी इज अ डीलर फॉर गाइज, यू कैन से. मैं ग्रासिम तक भी जा चुका हूं, मुझे पता है आगे राउंड में क्या था, मैंने मना कर दिया. Why should I show my body to you? For what? Are you there only for the body rounds? Why? That is the exploitation which goes. It's not only with the girls. Sorry to say that, but ये एक मानसिकता उनकी फैल गई है. It's not a bad being a gay. That's acceptable nowadays.
Okay, Rakesh, thank you so much. We do have a lot more speakers and running short on time, but excellent points. Thank you very much. We now have Lord Rami Ranger with us. Very, very eminent, not only in business, but also politically. So let's see what he has to say about what's going on in India. And he does write very prolific articles, which I follow religiously. Thank you, Rami ji. बताइए क्या कर सकते हैं हम, आप क्या कर सकते हैं?
Rami ji, I would like to thank you as well. Thank you so much. We are honored to have you on board.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Shashi ji, सबसे पहले तो I would like to commend you for organizing this webinar. You have brought the problem, which is a genuine problem, right under the focus of light. You see, before things were happening, nobody knew. Events like this, bringing galaxy of people with experience and knowledge about Bollywood, makes other people aware of what goes on, because Bollywood is a glamour industry. We are impressed with the glamour, but we don't see what is beyond the glamour. And I like to commend you for your time and effort in bringing these issues, which are going to destroy the new talent coming forward into the industry, which is one of the most significant, important industry, promoting our culture, our music, our dances all over the world. So therefore, for an industry to remain competitive, to remain interesting, and to innovate itself, we do allow new talent to come. We just can't have monopoly of few people, just controlling. We see the same faces again and again. Nobody can suggest to me that India does not have more beautiful people, more talented people, more accomplished people than what we see all the time for 20, 30, 40 years. There are a lot of talents, but the talent is destroyed because of this mafia, which you have highlighted. And the beauty today is we have a social media. A news can be spread instantly. Today we have brought the social media. You are now connected globally. You can highlight the issues in a very
but Ravi ji, how would you suggest, you've got vast experience in this, how could we clean up this dirty mess that Bollywood is in?
By naming and shaming people on a webinar like the one you're doing.
You've been saying Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Mahesh Bhatt, nobody seems to, there's nothing we can take forward other than that. What would you suggest?
The truth is already coming out about these people, and it won't be long that people will come to know. The most important thing is we have to connect ourselves with the government, the जो हमारे cultural minister होते हैं, secretaries, who promote Indian culture. We have to. If we do nothing, we achieve nothing. We have to do something. And I think they said the longest journey begins with the first single step. This is the voice of the people, ordinary people. We are not connected with the industry. We have no vested interest. All interest we have is that the industry which represents India should be whiter than the white. It should be clean industry. the decent people can come forward without the fear and favor of other people. They
So
can.
do you think politically you could help that way? Could we get to the?
We can help tremendously politically.
Yes,
If
I
we
think we need to do something, and I think we could sit down and do some kind of action plan on that.
If you can establish a helpline for all the vulnerable people in Bollywood who are going through exploitation, we will expose them. We will not only expose them politically, we will also give money to them to take the perpetrator to task, because one or two examples will set the industry on the right track. Once people, absolute power make people corrupt absolutely. So once the people know that they are untouchable, they're above the law, and nobody can do anything with them, and that's where all these horrible activities start. So
Salman Khan's got away with so many murders in front of us, 3 people, and then so many other smaller ones that we don't even get to hear about, and then obviously with the Sushant.
Shashiji, I will request
seems to be above law.
Each one of you connect through yourself with the Facebook and Twitter. You connect yourself if you want, because today we are in a world where our voice can reach globally instantly. People should follow me, Rami Ranger, Rami Ranger. I'm the most active man on Twitter.
Yes,
I have
I know.
demolished quite a few people, especially the Khalistani and the Kashmiri militant, because now none of them come on the Twitter because they get somebody challenging them, because they're fake people. They peddle fake news, and because nobody challenges them, they say if you lie repeatedly, some will think you are telling the truth. Yeah, so therefore, Shashiji, you take charge. You have my full support. I admire you for many years. You've done a lot of good things. Please set up a helpline for people who are being exploited, and we will expose them, in Parliament, even in Indian Parliament. I'm connected with BJP politician, and Prime Minister Modi, I salute him. He wants to give India a good image overseas, because if we are to become a global power, if we are to become a global country, we have to project that we are a decent. We are not like China or other countries where exploitation takes place of ordinary people. Our biggest strength is our democracy. And the only way we can keep the democracy alive is by being proactive, and no government can achieve much alone. I'm begging you all people that you are very powerful if you make yourself powerful. You made yourself powerful today. I was in a court and I left running because this is a very important issue which will damage our industry and name. And coming back to, finally, I won't take long because you got too many speakers. Kangana Ranaut, I think she is a Rani ki Jhansi. She has taken on Bollywood mafia head on, alone, without any. We must send her Twitter after Twitter, Facebook after Facebook. She should know the masses are behind us. Yes, she should not be alone. Yes, to face the music from these guys, because these guys are ruthless, callous, because it is their business. They want to protect their business at any cost. And look at what happened to Sushant, because they want to show that if they don't get their way, they will put so much pressure on you, they'll destroy your career, or they will even.
I think there have been 7 murders around him, including
and
his
murder also. There are murders
murders
after that. So I think we need to be Jagrati. We have to bring, and you people have to be a active force, and you have to protect your country, protect your industry. Government cannot do much alone. I'm sorry to say, if we just keep sitting, a government should do, then we will have to wait another 2,000 years. But if you take up the challenge, and you have done it, I salute you, admire you. Now, don't just give up, never give in, no matter what the odds are. We will prevail, justice always prevail. I mean, look at this. We came to this country, I came in 70s, there were a lot of bigotry, a lot of prejudice, a lot of discrimination. We stood firm. We done British Asian Conservative League, to make Conservative Party an inclusive party, because they were not giving any position to Asian people. In business, people headhunt. In politics, people undermine others to surge ahead. They don't give you a chance. So we had to make a platform. For 15 years, We embarrass the government, embarrass the Conservative Party that we will give you vote, we'll give you money, we'll support you, but you have to be fair to us. We don't want any special favors. And today we have 4 Secretary of State. Number 1 position with Asia, Rishi Sunak. Number 2 with Priti Patel. Number 3, Alok Sharma. And 4th, Suella Braverman, a Goan lady who is the Attorney General. This I had never dreamt, because I was blacklisted by the party as a troublemaker. Because when you promote a cause, you become a troublemaker. Today, you will be troublemaker, Shashi. When you go to Bombay, they'll say you're a troublemaker. And the troublemaker are the one who brings about changes. So become
Amiti, thank you very much. I think Rakesh, you could help on that, because he's from the inside. He seems to know
Rakesh,
more about what's happening with our
connect me on Twitter.
Between us, I think we can make a change. I mean, I'm so
100%.
positive we can do something.
100%. You have Guru Gobind Singh, how he brought changes.
Yes, yes.
Ramiji, just to give you a brief, like a big thank you to you for speaking on this platform. As I said, what started as a WhatsApp exchange of messages about Sushant, it has become a big mass movement now. And UK was very slow to catch on. I'm still seen as, someone who is battling with depression, and that is why I have taken up this cause. So we have formed this NRI UK group supporting the cause, and Indian Inspiring Women by Rashmi Mishra. We seeked her help. She gave a boost to the cause, and also Reach India movement. They have supported us.
And the Australians.
I still feel we are still tracking behind US and Australia. I was just wondering if you could, we had the next campaign of having a billboard set up to show that UK unanimously supports justice be done to Sushant's murder, and advertise it so that it goes on a bigger platform that we are supporting this cause. Is that something you can help us with?
We can help you, Rupaji. I'm very, one thing I must tell you, that you have a laptop computer, small computer, but when you're connected with the internet, you have the most powerful device in your hand. So please use Twitter, please use Facebook, Instagram, whatever you can use. Don't just keep your protest within yourself, a group. Reach out. Each one of you should have a Twitter account. It doesn't cost anything. And tweet, and so that people know.
But Ramiji, any chance you can put a billboard in central London, for example?
Everything is possible.
Even
with the money. But if you set up a website, but you can't just say, I don't want you to be just limited to Sushant Singh. I want you to be limited to the entire Bollywood industry. You can have an organization called which deal with the mafia and want to clean Bollywood. To deal with its whole industry, and Sushant is part of that industry, was part of the industry, so we can do. But we need to think of a name, a very catchy name, and then we need to have a website.
I think Boycott Bollywood Mafia, Justice for SSR.
No, it's going to be something more snappy than that. We'll
like Bollywood not welcome.
We want against Bollywood Mafia. We can say yes. The community against Bollywood Mafia or something. We can make a website. I can get you a lot of other good people, Secretary of State and everything, to support your cause. Your cause is just, people will be happy to lend their support, because at the end of the day, we don't want more tragedies. We don't want more women being.
I think what we'll do, Ramiji, will get together and put a.
I'll be in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, look forward to it. And you have my detail. Anyone want to connect with me? I'm a champion of women empowerment because I'm a single parent child. I was born 2 months.
We've got Rashmi who wants to say a few words on this one. Rashmi, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to thank Lord Rami Ranger, who's always been so supportive of anything to do with India, any movement, you name it. Lord Ramiji is there, and we are so proud of.
I got him over. So you have to come from court and come here.
I want to now introduce to one very prominent well-being yoga guru, Mr. Deepak Jashpara. Mr. Deepak Jashpara, can you please unmute yourself? He's I think right now about 79 9 years old. He's been waiting for his turn. So I want him on the screen to talk about, express his anguish over what all is happening in India. Deepak ji, please come on screen. He's a marathon runner as well, a champion at that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rashmi ji. Thank you, everyone. And let me show you my photo just for a second. Just to, if you see my photo here, you can see my marathon photo sort of thing. 2 years ago, I ran marathon. I'll be when I'll be 80 in next year. I'll be running my 5th marathon, ladies and gentlemen, and that will be. I'm taking regular sort of yoga classes. And especially is very, very beneficial for all.
Deepak ji, can you tell us how you're going to support this cause that we are?
Yeah, that's right. That's the most important thing. That's what we are here, here. I mean, it reminds me of a quote, it's by the, it was quoted maybe over 100 years ago in the British Parliament. It says, someone very prominent person said in British Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, what he said was this: the evil prevails because the good men do nothing, right? Good men are far more than the evil people, right? But the evil prevails only because the good men do nothing. It seems to me, ladies and gentlemen, that now the good men have woken up. The good men have, by God, indeed, the good man has woken up, and we're going to do together. We're going to unite. The Hindus going to unite. The Bharatiya people going to unite. We're going to unite, ladies and gentlemen, and do something together.
Okay, Deepak, what do you suggest we do together? I know this is
what
we want to unite.
Okay, give you an example.
Let's put a positive action in place.
It's very, very good. Very important. What we're going to do together. For example, Rashmi ji knows quite a few sort of thing we are doing together. Like what? We are doing the Gita classes, Bhagavad Gita, right? Once a week for 1 hour on a continuous basis. There are quite a few people joining us, right? It's the one thing, right? Maybe it's not a major thing, but it is one thing we can do for our Sanskriti, our culture, our civilization. Other thing is,
the point we are making is how we're going to clean up Bollywood.
Yeah. We are talking about Bollywood. We going to unite. This is the first thing is the Hindu actor. Hindu got to unite. And how we can unite? We can unite by getting together. We can get together by using this workshop, for example. This is the, I'm not directly, indirectly, we are coming together. By coming together, what exactly the quote I quoted you, ma'am. I told you about this, what did I tell you? About good men coming together. All the Hindus coming together. It's never happened for so many years.
Yes, we cannot talk just about Hindus or Sikhs. Everybody is going to be there. Not only Hindus.
Okay, we're running short on time. Can we move on to the next speaker, please?
I really, right. Let me recap on this. When I say Bharatiya people, means all the people within in the India, right? Not necessarily only Hindus, right? But Hindus are one of the communities which had all the just injustices has been done recently. Yeah. But when I say I really meant what every Indian who consider himself or herself as Indian, irrespective of race or religion or class or creed, right? And it reminds me of something. I want to say this slok, very important slok by Krishna. He said that in Gita, right? Is what he says, yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujameham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadrushkrutam dharma sanstapnarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Now, Krishna Bhagavan has sent us all together, all Indians, right, to fight against this mafia, against this Bollywood, against this drug, and against the bad thing that's happening. What is happening to Kangana and the injustices which happening to the right now.
So in one word, we're saying we are all united in the same cause. Thank you so much. Can we have the next speaker now? Rashmi, can you please unmute?
Yeah, I wanted Gayatri Lokhande, who had raised her hand sometime back. She wanted to say something. Gayatri,
I know, but we've had Rashmi waiting for a long time now. She
okay, Rashmi Rai. Yes, Rashmi Rai.
It's fine. Let her go. Rashmi ji, let her go.
Rashmi ji, हाँ जी,
No,
बताइए.
I just come from a very young generation. I also, my parents, like my father used to be an army officer, and what I have seen that the entertainment industry has gone really dirty. They have made fun of our religion, not only Hindu thing, but different religion. They do not think how the visuals can affect our thinking process. On the name of pragmatism, they promote all these kind of dirty things like soft porn and the drugs. A lot of people pro Ria have come for the okay, it's okay to smoke marijuana, but I want to say that it is not okay. It's not cool to have any kind of drugs. It creates disorientation. It creates a lot of problem. You can go to a certain level of excitement, but when you come down, you go into depression. So, and you want to have more and more. This is how it causes addiction. So please see how you follow in the Instagram, how you follow in the Facebook, who do you follow, and make your own decisions based on that. That's all I wanted to say.
Very mature way of thinking. Thank you. Okay, Rashmi ji, please make it quick.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Rashmi Khanna, and I live in UK, London. And we all are here today to support SSR for justice. And I am from Mumbai and born and brought up there. So I have seen how Bollywood has been always had the power to rule, and they can do anything what they want. And seeing Sushant, you really feel bad what happened to him, and you really don't want anybody else to go through all this what he had to go through. And as day by day we come to know all the facts about him, how the Bollywood mafia, how the drug and everything is involved. And hats off to Kangana. I guess if she wouldn't have come forward, we would have never come to know the facts. His murder would have been as suicide, like earlier also Bollywood have been gone through all this, and we have seen, but those, they have never come up because no one stood for them, no one raised a voice for them, as we had the like main help from Kangana, that she stood, and we are fighting and we are coming to the facts, and we all want justice for Sushant. And that's
Rashmi,
what
how do you think we could go forward on this? Because we're making the same point again and again.
yeah so we
as
as we are all saying, like, the whole thing is like standing together, tweet on Facebook. As we are going through coronavirus, we cannot go on streets, we cannot do anything, like, but if everything goes fine, if we get justice as soon as possible, we can only pray for him. And the only thing what we can do at the moment, because we are at home, it's only by media. With this also we can go forward and we can come with good results, which we can raise our voice, due to through media as well. And
Rashmi, can we connect with the US and Australian counterparts and make it a much bigger movement?
yes, why can we can because
I'm just asking Rashmi Mishra, because she's
okay, sorry.
Sorry, three Rashmis here. Rashmi Mishra ji, do you think we can connect with the US and Australian counterparts?
We are already in touch with NRIs, UK and US.
Okay.
And Australia. We had a few speakers, NRIs from Australia.
I know, but their movement is quite big, so maybe we can.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Ranji as well, because they started earlier and we just started, I think, about 10 days back. Yeah. We formed a new group on Facebook, and gradually the movement is picking up.
Yeah.
So in spite of that, I think we have really done well. Just in 10 days, we are able to make an impact. We have launched this global platform, and we had people from US, New Zealand, Australia speaking on the movement of India at odd hours. So I think it is commendable that and with everyone's efforts, we will get stronger.
Great.
So grateful to everyone for.
Do we have Dheeraj? Dheeraj was next. Is Dheeraj there? Dheeraj, are you there? Sharon, have you spoken yet? Sharon?
No, Sharon. Sharon, are you speaking?
I didn't prepare anything to speak. I was listening earlier,
I just want to say that I'm just deeply concerned with what's going on. I'm a big supporter of Bollywood. My children are child actors as well, and they've worked in Bollywood movies. So it's something that's actually very close to the heart, not just from an audience point of view, but something that even the kids might get into deeper. I'm so shocked at everything that's coming about, all the news. As soon as this happened, I couldn't sleep for many nights. I was so concerned with the fact that it doesn't look right. None of the things are adding up. And the more and more that you're looking at the whole facts as they're coming out, it's very disturbing. I mean, there's many things that are being said about newcomers aren't allowed in. I understand one point. I'm following lots of different chats right now, and I understand one point about somebody said, well, if you have a son or a daughter, you allow them, you want them to progress. I understand that. That's absolutely fine. But I think at the same time, don't stop anybody else progressing. Don't stop, newcomers coming in. Don't stop anybody.
We can't hear you.
Probably because of the network. I'm in the car. I think justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. What you guys are doing is amazing, and I think definitely keep on going with it. That's it.
Okay, can we have Rashmi Rai now, please? Rashmi Rai, thank you so much. Rashmi Rai.
Thank you so much, Rashmi ji. It was almost, my battery was going off. So I'll just say a couple of words. I'm here standing in solidarity with Sushant Singh Rajput and Kangana Ranaut and Republic TV, Arnab Goswami, especially, who is handling this case. I'm very upset the way SSR case has been handled by Mumbai police and the Maharashtra government. I'm very upset by demolishing the office of Kangana Ranaut. I'm very upset with abusive language used for Kangana Ranaut. And again, I'm very upset for the child abuse and the child trafficking that is being flourishing in Mumbai by the Bollywood celebrities. Now, my demand is, let the truth come out. We all want a safer India. We all want national security. We all want, when we as NRIs go to India, we tell our kids that yes, you have landed India. It is a place where culture has flourished. It is a place where we have come from the ancient civilization and the best civilization in the world. For Kangana Ranaut, I'll say कि भगवद गीता, Shri Krishna has said that जब जब धरती पर अधर्म का जन्म होता है तब मैं जन्म लेता हूँ, भगवान विष्णु. So this the positive energy that we all of us have within us, the divine energy that we have, is for Kangana Ranaut, because she is standing as I can say as Ma Durga, who has got her energies out for destruction of evil, and it is all for the complete humanity. What is happening? Child abuse, child trafficking. We can't even imagine a country where these things are flourishing. It's not at all safe. So my humble appeal to our beloved Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, that please do something, that tomorrow again we say that India is a land of culture. India, we appeal to you to protect India from these kind of evil forces in the society. Thank you so much. This is Rashmi Rai from Scotland.
Jaiswal, yes, please, go on. Priyanka Jaiswal.
Yeah, hi, thank you so much. I know I've spoken twice before, but while Lord Ranger was here, we are looking at how we can make the changes and what going forward to save people, youngsters who come in the industry. I think we call this an industry, but it's actually not an industry. It's being run as a fiefdom. So if there could be something that could be done to make it actually an industry where there are different sections of the industry, like HR is there, there's proper compliance, there's proper audits. There, I think that will be a big step forward, where there'll be a trail of money going into the accounts, where it's coming from, whether it's white, whether it's black, all of that has to be traced. And it all begins from the fact that right now Bollywood is actually a mafia. It's not an industry. So there's no enforcement agency which looks at how it's being run, how people are being exploited. So if once the name industry actually becomes an industry, and if something can be done towards it, if you can make a petition to the government or things like that, because it's really important, as Karan Johar said once in one of the interviews about nepotism, he said, मैं अपनी चाची को दूं, उसके बेटे को दूं, मेरी मर्जी, what can you say? So that's the whole point. They think there's nobody above them. They can do whatever they want with anyone they want. And that's the way this industry has been running, which is a big money churner, and with links to ISI and all of that, because there's nobody watching and seeing where money is coming from, who it is going to, where are the audits, where are the compliance, where is the HR, where is the social responsibility, accountability. There's nothing. So this is being actually run by handful people who think they own the industry and they can do anything, whilst we as the consumers are paying a hard-earned tax-paid money to give it to them, and then what happens to that money? There's no accountability. So it's really important that at the national level, now is the time, if this industry can actually be made accountable with proper proper agencies in place, like in every industry, looking the financial aspect of it, the human aspect of it, and it is being run as a family-owned fiefdom, basically.
Ramiji, what would you suggest? How can we put this into a
out of your system? But it is important that you allow the wider public to see your anger, your passion, and your resolve. Jungle mein mor nacha kisne dekha. If you are going to get something done, then you have to कहते जब घूंघट निकाला नहीं sorry जब नाचने लगे तो घूंघट क्यों निकाला? If you have you're so modest, you're keeping घूंघट, then don't dance. But if you have decided now to come forward, then you must connect and tweet and link up with all the government official, all the police commissioner, all these things. You do not realize how much power you have on Twitter. And I tell you, please follow my tweets, and you will see how I bring about change in a positive way. I don't threaten anybody. I do not say anything vulgar or anything. You have to be positive. You have to articulate your concern and the ramification if nothing is done. So therefore, you're all very mature, educated, intelligent young ladies, I can see, with a lot of passion. But that passion has to overflow into the wider world. And as I said, make a website, have people on board, get membership board. Instantly, you have hundreds and thousands of members, and that your voice will reach the parts which were unable, where you were unable to reach before. So use this social media to your advantage. Be somebody, be something. It doesn't cost you much to be proactive. So please tweet, retweet. If you like somebody, tweet, retweet. But connect with those police commissioner or the censor board. Every government department has a Twitter now. Every minister has a Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, you don't exist. Thank you, Ji.
We have an NRI Twitter account where we have with NRI US, NRI Australia, and NRI. So we have a common Twitter account, and we have a directory. So we are retweeting, tweeting and retweeting each other's tweets.
You see the sorry to say, Rupaji, NRI tweet name. It does not give what you want to do. NRI means non-resident Indian. There are so many organizations dealing with NRI. You have to have a name which is specific to what you want to do. And when you tweet, you must tag people who are able to bring about change you want. You have to कहते हैं चिल्लाना पड़ेगा आपको, and you have to make those people's life hell. Those people are connected with the industry and they have the power to do something. Do some due diligence. देखो, I tell you, the life is so simple. Yes, मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ, but you have to think out of the box. You have got Google. That means you are encyclopedia with you already. You can check Google who is in charge of the Bollywood censorship, who's in charge of Bollywood financials, who's in charge of the commissioner. You can just do it and just use those and if you make them aware repeatedly, somebody will take notice. Then you have to tap somebody 6, 7, 8 times before you register. We are marketing. I'm marketing. I started my company with £2 in a shed. Chilla ke, because I went to exhibit all over the world. Hidden talent is no talent. Shashi ji is also exhibiting. Today we are in 130 countries. £2 se shuru kiya company. Mera to enough. I never had a father, no elite education, no family wealth, no old school boy network. On top of that, when I arrived in this country, the most racist. There was a lot of bigotry. Nobody gave me a job. The first job was a car cleaner. And look, from where to House of Lord, because you can't give up, you can't give in, no matter what the fate throws at you. You have to be positive. If you remain positive in a negative situation, you're a winner already. So please don't underestimate your power. You are all born and blessed with more than I had. I never had shoes at time. Yes, I can't tell you, you start crying my story. I was in a refugee camp with 8 children, one mother, 35-year-old widow, nothing. And her own brother is telling, give them to orphanage. She said, no, I'm going to stand up, going to friend. She worked as a teacher, instilled the values, worked very hard. She said, you'll starve. That's the power of women. You should listen to my maiden speech about women power, how important it is to empower women. The test of society is to see how the women are treated. Yes, no,
okay.
It's a prerequisite.
Thank you, Ramiji. I think you've got the point there. Rashmi Mishra ji, who's the next one?
Yes. Go, so I wish you best whenever you want.
Thank you. We need all your help. Yeah.
We are going to come. I need a session with you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Rami sir. Thank you. You are so valuable and influential, and we need you. Your support is most needed. Everyone will get the time to speak. Everyone will get the chance to debate, to talk, to express. We have enough of time. 24 hours is also less on this topic. We can go on. So don't worry, everybody. Please relax. Take a cup of coffee.
In House of Lords. We can launch them, we can bring the minister there, and we can but you have started the longer journey. They say longer journey begins with the first single step. You have taken that magic step, the rest will become history.
Yes, sir.
Okay? On that good note, it's 6 o'clock. They're trying to throw me out of my office.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. So I want to say that everyone will get a chance. There's no time limit. Today is Friday evening. Let us give our heart and soul to this topic. It's going live on Facebook. It's going live on Twitter and several channels. So I will go on
Rashmi,
with...
sorry to interrupt you. Just 1 minute. Just want to put my last thing. ये जो हम चला रहे हैं movement, everything is dependent upon funds. The moment the fund stops, the life stops. So I personally suggest, अगर आप थोड़ी सी इसके साथ एक और मुहिम चला सकें कि stop this big boss and stop this IPL, because this is the main thing which generates a lot of money in crores for these people. And IPL में teams, if you see, it's all dominated by stars. I mean, film stars own those, and that's the money which they use outside. That's the money they use for the drugs. And with this, the satta market and the other markets, it's been developing. And if this stops, at least, there is some hope. At least we can put a slap on their face.
Yeah, well said, well said. I think I want to take in few more people now, because I know that Pammy has been waiting, and after Pammy we will have Veena Subramaniam. So Pammy, can you come online please, and please express yourself, Pammy?
Hi everyone, I'm Pammy from UK. I just want to echo everything that every one of you on the screen has said. We all know, I don't want to bore you, but one thing we all must realize, that if we're winners, winners never quit, and quitters never win. So we can't quit. We have to fight. We have to remain passionate. They say never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. And I'm sure every one of you on this screen, there's not a day that you haven't thought about what's happened, thinking, you know, did he suffer, the family, how many more people will it happen to? There's so many platforms that we can use. I've already texted Rupa, I think, you know, with the Lord Rami Ranger's help, we should get a few passionate people together to devise something and how we can make it and focus it onto the various platforms that we have, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc., etc. That's all I want to say. Please, let's not give up. Let's not quit. And the rest of you have said everything else. And may Sushant rest in peace. Thank you. Justice for SSR. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pammy. Yes, justice for Sushant. Can we have Veena Subramaniam, please? Veena has been following the van which was going around in London, and she spoke a lot about it, and she also kept on pestering us that, okay, when is Inspiring Indian Women getting into this? Veena, may we have yourself here online, please?
Hi, everyone. I'm just overwhelmed, and last 3 months I've not been able to concentrate. I'm not been able to focus on many things. And at the first 2 weeks, it was really frustrating for me to think that why Bollywood stars, big stars that we treat like a god, why they are not saying anything, why they are not saying anything. And obviously last few weeks we realized why. And now I'm so angered about it. And the fact that if people who knows me personally knows that I like to, you know, I can't keep quiet when somebody is like been injustice has been done in any manners, any form. So I've come across, you know, I admire Kangana so much that, you know, she's got the guts to stand up against these people, because I have found in last few years I've joined many WhatsApp groups, many Facebook groups run by women, run by Indian, run by Hindus. And when there is some sort of injustice comes and we talk about it, I've been told that I will be removed from the group because I stand up against something that, you know, is like some Muslim activity or terrorist activity. And if I speak up my thoughts about India, about justice, I've been told by our own people that if you don't, you know, stop this matter, you will be removed from the group. So I'm thinking, you know, why the person who speaks the truth, they have been harassed in this way. Kangna is not the only one. There are few people I've been following for like last 2.5 months at least, like Ujjwal Trivedi, like Iskaran Singh Bhandari, like, you know, the our Republic channel, Kangna Ranauts, there's many, like, you know, they're speaking up. And they've been threatened, they've been like, you know, harassed, they've been sent warning, life-threatening warnings. So basically it's about truth and justice. And if you speak up the truth, you get warnings like this. You've been like, you know, for me example, I've been told so many times, oh, if you don't shut up, you'll be removed from the group. So that is a very, very bad attitude. Like, why do you think we talk about, okay, I'm not racist person, but when we see Muslims around the world, why do they have such a strong hold over the whole world? Is because their unity.
Okay, thank you so much, Veena. Thank you really very much. I've been following you. And may we have Nirja now online, please? Nirja, can we have you speak for Sushant? Yes, Nirja?
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Hi, my name is Neeraja. I live in Wembley, London. What makes me upset? I feel strongly that Sushant Singh Rajput was brutally murdered with a major cover-up by the Mumbai police and politicians. I'm upset with the so-called Bollywood stars that are not showing support for Sushant, but actively working against the cause. Kangana's efforts on Sushant's case have been phenomenal. The event that's unfolding around the destruction of her office is very irresponsible and reckless. The office may be reconstructed again, but this incident remains in our heart and minds. We will not forgive Maharashtra government's involvement. I'm also upset not just for Sushant's murder, but depriving the future generations of Sushant's work, be it his acting, charitable work, or his AI work. So it's a loss for the nation, for the missing opportunities. What do I demand for? I demand for justice for Sushant. All those people accountable, mentally and physically tortured, such a kind soul, and brutally murdered him. No matter how big or small, their crime or their position in society, criminals need to be brought to justice, and nobody is above the law. Action plan. I have some immediate goals and future plans to help the cause. This weekend, my family and I will look for either a vegetable, flower, or fruit plant, reminders of Sushant Singh Rajput, but also be part of the Plants for SSR movement. The recent news of Sushant's billboard in Hollywood being brought down was very disheartening. I wanted to create something positive from the experience. I decided to create car stickers so people can show their support and spread the news to others. Just show you what it looks like. Can you see that? It's probably inverted. Basically, it says, Warriors for SSR, UK supports Sushant Singh Rajput, 1986 to infinity. They are already been designed, and the stickers will be available the next few days. I plan to have around 200 initially, share so it's distributed across UK with the help of fellow SSRian supporters. Depending on the popularity, the idea is to expand the production or choose a different venture. So these are my efforts for so far. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Nirja. Bhanuji, do you want to say something? But 1 minute, yeah, there's Mr. Kamlesh Malhotra here, or I think Kamlesh ji is there. So Bhanuji, you can take your 2 minutes and then we come back to Kamlesh ji.
Just 1 second. I'm sorry, I had to just break off because of poor connection. On only 2 or 3 action points. First of all, the speaker just before me, her name was Richa ji, I think so. The speaker just before me.
Nirja.
Nirja ji. Okay. Nirja ji, excellent ideas. And I'm very sure anybody who's there listening, we need to synergize. We need to put things together. Small efforts done by each one of us can be echoed. Like this idea of car stickers is a brilliant idea. There may be small ideas which we can nurture in this group on WhatsApp. Let us all stay connected. Now, I would request one thing. Yes, we can follow Sushant Singh's case, but what we should do on the action side of it? What pressures to be put? What media, can be compelled to speak about? Or if we are talking to Sushantji's sister, can we write letters to ministry? Can we write letters to MPs? And not as one. Let us stop doing things as one. Let us do things as a collective, as maybe 50 organizations, 100 organizations, maybe 100 speakers from 100 countries writing on, because our governments have become insensitive. Our governments, growing up in India, you would hear the train accident, 200 people died, bomb blast, 100 people died. We grew up, at least I grew up listening to these news, and it took me a while to realize that how precious lives are. So our politicians also come from same, background, that they don't value lives unless it's one of their own lives. So just one request, let us make this speakers group as an action group. and let us contribute what individuals are doing. I mean, let us not put too much of information. Let us talk about the actions, what we are doing. Thank you so much, Ji.
We have Sanskriti here. Thank you so much, Bhanuji. Thank you very much. You are such an integral part of this movement. Sanskriti, do you have something to say? आप बिहार से हैं, संस्कृति, और आपके अंदर बहुत गुस्सा भरा हुआ है और आप कुछ और बात बताना चाहती हैं कि एज यहाँ पे रहते हुए हम क्या कर सकते हैं. संस्कृति, आप हैं? संस्कृति, ओके, संस्कृति नहीं है तो हम मिस्टर कमलेश मल्होत्रा जी. ओके संस्कृति, हाँ जल्दी बताइए, आप बिहार से हो कि क्या अपना?
हाँ बिल्कुल, मैं बिहार से हूँ, मैं कैपिटल पटना से हूँ. मुझे नहीं पता, मैं यहाँ पे दो सालों हूँ वेल्स में. मुझे नहीं पता NRIs एक्टिविटी बॉलीवुड के साथ क्या है. तो लेट इट बी कम दिस शॉर्ट टॉक एंड इंटरैक्ट वन. क्या वो लोग शादी ब्याह में उन्हें लाते हैं? क्या हॉलीवुड को पे करते हैं? तो एक्शन पे आई वांट टू शेयर कि क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. सो यू ओनली टेल कि जो NRIs है, जो बहुत रिच है, जो उन्हें बुलाते हैं, उन्हें एफर्ट करते हैं, क्या आप रोक सकते हैं आने के लिए? क्या अगर कोई फैशन शो हो रहा है, कुछ भी हो रहा है, तो क्या उन्हें एड करना बंद करेंगे? आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग.
हेलो, या बोलते रहिए.
जरूर. तो आपने कहा कि मुझे गुस्सा है, बिल्कुल गुस्सा है, बिकॉज अगर आप देखें बोलते हैं पटना देहाती है या रारी देहात है, तो मैं बोल जब मुंबई पुलिस अपना काम नहीं रही थी तो देहाती पुलिस ही तो काम आई. वहां से इन्वेस्टिगेशन शुरुआत, जहाँ पे CBI काफी सब्सटैंशियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन मिले. तो ये जो प्रोपेगेंडा है कि ये देहाती या वो स्मार्ट है, वो बंद कर दे करना, बोलना कि कौन है और कौन नहीं है. सेकेंडली ये पूछा है कि एक राउंड ट्रिपिंग टर्म होता है. मैं इंटरनेशनल बैंक से हूँ, तो उसमें एक टर्म होता है राउंड ट्रिपिंग. राउंडिंग इज यूज, जो एक्स्ट्रा एसेट्स होते हैं वो फिर से यूज किया जाता है मनी को, जहाँ रिटर्न वैल्यू वापस आए. तो रेगुलेटरी क्यों नहीं हम इंडस्ट्री में? ये सोर्स कौन बताएगा, ऐसे कहाँ आ रहे, किसके जा रहे हैं, और जो प्रोड्यूसर वो चेक करते हैं कि मुझे ये इंसान चाहिए, ये बंदा चाहिए. तो इसके ऊपर जो रेगुलेट बॉडी है, आम आदमी बना सकते हैं. वो कोड बनाता है, पार्लियामेंट से आता है हुक्म. तो इसलिए हम लोगों को ज्यादा बात करनी है सिस्टम को चेंज निकले, या फिर हवा तो नहीं आ ड्रग्स का. तो मुझे क्या है कि हम ये कदम वो करेंगे, बट कहने का मतलब है कि हमारी आवाज कलेक्टिवली सिस्टम को चेंज करने में क्यों जा रही है. System, you know what I'm trying to speak out.
Yeah.
कि हम नहीं बुलाएंगे, हम ये नहीं देखेंगे, हम उसका.
Can we? We get your point. Yeah, because we have some people lined up, but आप अपना जो है points यहाँ chat में जरूर डाल दीजिए, and we will make note of it, and we will continue this campaign. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, Sanskriti. Okay, Kamlesh ji, please, may we have you here? Kamlesh ji.
सबको नमस्ते. पहले तो कमलेश, सॉरी मैं बोलूं. मैं कमलेश मल्होत्रा, आइवर बकिंगमशायर इंग्लैंड से हूँ. हम सबको सुशांत के जाने का बहुत दुख पहुंचा है, और हम तब तक लड़ते रहेंगे जब तक उसकी आत्मा को शांति नहीं मिलती. और आप सबके सामने मैं देखती हूँ कि सब रात को इतनी लेट सोते हैं, सुबह उठ के फिर से टेक्स्ट करते हैं. रूपा, हैट्स ऑफ टू यू, एंड रश्मि जी, आप सबको जो आप इनके पीछे लगे हुए हैं, और हम आपके पीछे ही हैं. तो मेरा कहने का मतलब, मैं जो इंडिया के लोग और दूसरी कंट्री के लोग जो छोटे छोटे गांव हैं, उनके बच्चों की हिफाजत के लिए बोलती हूँ कि पेरेंट्स को प्लीज, इन बच्चों को बॉलीवुड के सपने दिखाने बंद करो प्लीज, उनको ना जाने दो। हाँ टैलेंट है, कहीं और दिखाएं, थिएटर में जाएं, दूसरी जगह पे जाएं, लेकिन इनको बॉलीवुड की जगह पे ना प्लेटफॉर्म दिया जाए। मेरी तो यही प्रार्थना है कि माँ बाप अपने पैसों के पीछे अपने बच्चों को दाव पे मत लगाओ प्लीज। और बॉलीवुड के गुंडों बाहर आओ। अब पर्दा अपने ये तो सब कैमरे के पुतले हैं, और पुतले हैं ना जो हमारी सारी फिल्मों का अभी उनकी सब फिल्मों का अंत, और सारे सिनेमा के बाहर बैठे भीख मांग रहे होंगे। मैं किसी का बुरा नहीं चाहूंगी, पर जैसे इन्होंने किया है, इनको जो भी कहा जाए वो भगवान ही जाने, पर हमारे से इतनी अंदर आग लगी हुई है, हम और कुछ नहीं कह सकते। यही कहेंगे कि आप भी जैसे ये गरीब लोग भीख मांगते हैं, उनके घर उजाड़े कईयों के, तो आपको ये गुंडागर्दी, सब गुंडों को और गुंडियों को बाहर बाइकआउट करो, और इनका दी एंड। ओके, कोई भी इनकी पर्दे पे फिल्म नहीं देखेगा। मैं तो देखती नहीं, ना मैं टीवी देखती हूँ, लेकिन ये मेरे घर में काफी मूवीज करने आते थे, तो मुझे इनकी फर्स्ट हैंड इंफॉर्मेशन पता है, मुझे काफी कुछ इनसे पता लगा। तब से मैं इनकी कोई मूवी देखती नहीं, बेशक मेरे घर में बनी, मैं इनकी कोई मूवी नहीं देखूंगी। बॉलीवुड का ग्राउंड जीरो और नो हीरो। ओके, ये मेरा स्लोगन। कंगना उठो और झांसी की रानी बनो, सबकी बैंड बजा दो, और ये ठाकरे थुकरे जो हैं, इनकी सेना का बैंड बजा दो। कंगना, वी आर बिहाइंड यू, एंड Rupa and everybody on this panel. Any time we can help you, please, we will help you. This is all I wanted to say. But जनता से इंडिया के जो छोटे छोटे गांव हैं, प्लीज अपने बच्चों का टैलेंट कहीं और दिखाओ, इनको ये रास्ता मत दिखाओ बॉलीवुड का। मेरी आपसे यही प्रार्थना है, और जय हिंद। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
बहुत सही कहा कमलेश जी, बहुत सही कहा। अब अकी सिंह जी, आप हैं क्या? अकी सिंह?
Yep, hi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm from Auckland, so morning here. मैं काफी टाइम से सुन रही थी, like this is the third time that I've woken up at 2 o'clock. One was for global prayers for SSR, and then another time was for chanting Om Namah Shivaya for him, and today to speak to everybody else. Actually, most of the points have been covered, but what I want to talk about is, this is out in the open, like the audacity of Mumbai police and Maharashtra government. Sabhi dekh rahe hain, like they're just gone all crazy. So I want to talk about something that I'm upset about myself, like the way I have been all through my life, like taking everything at face value, believing in the false narratives that we were fed all our lives, considering Bollywood people as stars, and believing in the stories and buying their lies. That is what upsets me a lot, and I really want to change that about myself. I've already changed that. Obviously, like 14th of June was the death of Bollywood for me, but I want to, actually I'll call that education. So I want to impart the same education to everybody else as well, so including my family, my friends, जिनको लगता है बस एक मूवी तो है, एक मूवी देखने से क्या होगा, but we don't know the impact that it has. Like we really want this industry to die. This industry has to die. And like I don't remember her name, but I was really impressed by the points that she made. It really needs some organization, like some control sort of, which gives them some accountability, and it should come back to us. So that is one thing that I wanted to say. And I mean, demand to wahi hai. We all want justice for Sushant, and not just Sushant. Like had it not been for that picture that got circulated, we would have never come to know about it. So now that we know the truth, we should actually strive to fight for everybody else who's lost their lives. So it has just ignited a sort of unity among all of us, all throughout. Kahin par bhi ho hum, like मैं New Zealand में हूँ, हमारा NRIs का already, जैसे रूपा जी ने बोला, एक group है, WhatsApp पे है. We are all connected, and that is one group where we find solace, जहाँ people don't judge us for being sentimental about a person we've not even met him. We don't even know him for that matter. His family doesn't know how disturbed we are because of what has happened to him. But because we have been united, we should really not let go of this opportunity, and we should try to strive for justice for as many people as possible.
Thank you very, very much, Akiji. Thank you so much. Can we have AS, please? AS. I don't know your full name, but I can just see the initials AS. Hello? Can we have AS? Not there. Okay, you're muted. Can you now you speak?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Anju, and I'm based in London, in England. And first of all, I'd like to thank people for giving us this platform to speak, and not only to speak, it's united souls around the globe, which I believe is a very powerful initiative. And the main thing that I wanted to talk about today is nepotism. And what I wanted to highlight was that this is just not about nepotism. Actually, it's gone wrong here in a major way in Sushant's case, as well as Kangana's case, because over here, nepotism equates to corporate bullying, which is really kind of horrible, because it has resulted in Sushant's death and given a lot of grief to Kangana and a lot of other people out there. And I feel strongly about the fact that there was a smear campaign going against Sushant even before he died. And that happened because he was doing tremendously well. He was young, full of life, very passionate about his craft. He rose to the top very quickly. He gave a lot of major hits, and that affected some people, I think, in a negative way. So consequently, he was ostracized, excluded, just like Kangana was. And I think that's the awareness that Kangana has been trying to raise. So I was thinking, as a group, we could pragmatically plan something together to create more awareness about the smear campaign that Sushant was subjected to not only before he died, it is continuing even now. So people are mocking at him, saying that he was depressed. Even if he was, I'm not so sure if he was depressed, even if he was, I mean, what's the big deal about that? Secondly, if he was being fed with illicit drugs and psychotropics after being gaslighted into believing that there was something wrong with him, then it's just not simple murder. I think there's more to the story. And the smear campaign against him, that is something that can be curtailed by us as a group if we create that awareness. And just going back to the corporate bullying that I was talking about, I think there are lots of people, vulnerable people in all industries, be it, health services or film industries, and it happens across the globe. But it's kind of come as a huge shock that it's happening in India, because I was born and raised in India, and I was not even acquainted with the word bullying when I was growing up. So I do think all the film stars, they have a lot of power, money, glamour. They tend to be isolated and they need a lot of support. So when somebody like Sushant, even after being at the top, is suffering, I think there needs to be a psychological group to support people when they're having issues around bullying and other psychological issues created due to problems at the workplace. Because I think even if Sushant was depressed, it was more of situational depression rather than biological depression. And everybody who's going through this kind of a phase needs more support. And I think we have that power, that energy in this group to create that ripple that we can do something practically about it. Because I am a more practically, kind of oriented person. I don't like talking and not converting that into an action. And that's why I'm very pleased that I've had this opportunity to come and speak here, because I see there's a lot of potential in this group to do things practically. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much again for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot, AS. I wish I knew your full name.
It's Anju. My name is Anju Soni. Yeah.
Okay, Anju, thanks a lot. Anju, we have a quick word from Rashmi Makwana, and then after that, Mr. Dheeraj Sharma. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Rashmi Makwana.
Hi.
Okay, is that Dheeraj? Okay, Dheeraj, continue.
Thank you. Yeah, hi everyone. This is Dheeraj. I'm based on Calcutta, West Bengal, which is in India. So I want to say that that I was in here I was in Delhi when I met Sushant in the year 2018, I guess. When I heard that, मैंने जब सुना कि he's dead, he's no more, then I got in trauma, and still I am in trauma that what happened suddenly, because कि ये जो बॉलीवुड है, ये जो माफिया है, इन्होंने कभी भी इन्होंने मतलब अपने से नीचे या किसी अदर कास्ट को घुसने नहीं दिया. इन्होंने हमेशा लगा कि हम ही राज करेंगे, कोई अगर आ गया तो कैसे आ गया. तो he was so talented. वो I know that he was planning on artificial intelligence, he is doing something. तो he was so talented कि उन्होंने चांद तक को अपना घर बना रखा है. तो अगर कोई उसको देख नहीं सकता है तो हाउ कैन, मतलब कि कावर्ड है लोग इतने बॉलीवुड के कि मैं बोल नहीं सकता हूँ. आपको अटैक करना है, आप अपने परफॉर्मेंस से उनको करो ना, आप उनको हटा के क्या साबित करना चाहते हो. और काफी उनके जैसे काफी लोग हैं पूरे इंडिया में जो उस लाइन में हैं, और हमें उनको रोकना है ताकि वो उस दलदल में पड़े हुए हैं, उनको वहां से निकालना है. एंड आई एम हैप्पी दैट आई एम इन दैट, मैं इस मुहिम में हूँ, मेरे को खुश है उस बात की. और अभी जो ये चल रहा है इंडिया में कि सुशांत को ब्लेम किया जा रहा है, जो इंसान दुनिया में नहीं है आप उसको ब्लेम करके, जो अपने लिए नहीं लड़ पा रहा है तो उसको ब्लेम करके आप क्या दिखाना चाह रहे हो. तो दिस आर जस्ट कावर्ड इन माय वर्ड्स, जस्ट कावर्ड, एंड आई एम हियर टू फाइट विद देम, एंड आई एम here to get him justice, and one for sure that he will get justice. I believe in God.
I just wanted to ask, since you are from India,
Yeah.
I have my extended family and cousins back home, and actually everyone makes fun of me. I'm treated as a freak, that you're silly, you're stupid, you don't know, he was this, he was that, and it is all politics. So I don't know, in India, what is the majority? Do people actually think Bollywood, Bollywood is wrong and they have sympathy for SSR and fighting for his justice?
In Bollywood, there is a fame. Nothing else. In Bollywood, only few people who have met Sushant, who know who is Sushant, they are only supporting him, or else everyone is just लिख दिया starting में कि हाँ we are with Sushant, end में they are supporting Reha for being like
नहीं,
whatever.
आपकी पब्लिक, जनता क्या कहे, जनता की बात कर रही हूँ मैं. जनता क्या, like is the public supporting justice for
obviously
हम लोग यहाँ NRIs तो पागल हुए हैं, कभी रोते हैं,
obviously we are supporting him. Even I joined that Telegram group. From that group only I found this I got to know about this Zoom video meeting, because we everyone trying to counter every tweet of that Bollywood cartoon. We are so mad that मुझे तो रात, मैं अपनी बता रहा हूँ, मुझे रात को नींद नहीं आती है. I'm very मेरे को नशा सा होता है कि अब क्या हो रहा है.
Okay.
Exactly, same with me as well.
Thank you so much there. Thanks a lot. आपका ये वक्त है, आपका ये मौका है, हम आम लोगों को अपनी बातें रखने का, अपनी बात उन तक पहुंचाने का, क्योंकि हमें सुनने कोई मीडिया नहीं आती और हमें ना कोई बुलाता है, बट हम सबके अंदर जो है वो हमें दुनिया को दिखाना है. इसके साथ ही मैं बुलाना चाहूंगी निकिता एंड सुदर्शन फ्रॉम USA. Are they here, please? Nikita and Sudarshan from US?
Yes, we are here.
Yeah, please. Carry on. All yours.
Namaste everybody. And मैं सबसे पहले आप सबको धन्यवाद बोलना चाहूंगी कि हमें ये मौका दिया आपने हमारे कुछ points रखने के लिए. So I think most of the points have been covered here. जो मैंने last half an hour में जो सुना कि आप बात कर रहे थे सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के बारे में, उनके मर्डर के बारे में, that this is a very controversial thing और ये बनाया गया है, उन्हें पागल साबित करने के लिए काफी कुछ किया गया है, by Ria and the other people. So I will not go, I will not repeat those things. लेकिन मेरे पास कुछ पॉइंट्स हैं जो मैं रखना चाहूंगी. तो सबसे पहले I think I heard, and again this is not an attack on anybody, लेकिन जो सेना की बात चल रही थी, शिव सेना, the current शिव सेना is ये सिर्फ एक लेगेसी पास ऑन की है जो गलत इंसान को पास ऑन हो गई है. आप अगर देखें जो एक्चुअल शिवसेना के थे बाला साहेब ठाकरे, उनके पास लोग मदद के लिए जाते थे और उन्होंने